Hello, everybody. Yes, Hyperwiz, I see you in chat. Why don't you get in here? So talking shit in chat. Hello, everybody. What's up? I've been having a day. And my day just started because I got up in the afternoon because I was up all night drawing pages. But this has been fun. Not really. Fuckery has been afoot. And I would like to talk about it with everyone. Hello, Randanda. Hello, chat. Thank you for being here with me, all of you. I know this was a last minute, sort of out of the blue stream that I just decided to do. I wasn't going to stream today, but some shit happened. But I'm going to get into that in just a minute. Let me say hello to everybody real quick first. Hello, the Voyagers. Splat Bag. Hello. Doug209, what's up? Hi. A guy in his room. Hello, what's up? People are saying I've been angry on stream before. I don't think I've really been angry. Maybe I sound more aggressive than I am often. I mean, when I'm really angry, I'm very loud. Yeah, it's bad. I've been frustrated. I've yelled about things. You know what? What I'm angry? I don't know. It depends. Right now, I would say I'm a little angry. I'm keeping it in check. I'm holding it as civilly as I can and trying to go about this in as calm and adult a manner as possible. That is what I'm attempting to do. But I am angry. It's hard not to be when you see people ripping off your shit, you know? Snafu, hello, what's up? Awesome, we're gonna have a Hyper Wizard soon. Anon, hello, what's up? Awesome one. Hello, awesome one. You're awesome. Hi, my homie, Ellie Munoz. Blarful. Hi. Oh, sassy. I can be sassy. I've been pretty mild for a few streams because I've been really tired, buried in work. I'm trying to finish these damn pages, or Fiendish. It's more work than I thought because I have to go back and do some edits. I'm in like the last stretch of inking chapter 2, as all of you know. So I've just kind of been buried in work. I wasn't going to stream today, but I found out there's been some fuckery. There's been fuckery afoot on the interwebs. Hello, Fopeasy, 69 watching. Nice. Back Fiendish, right. Yeah, that campaign. Hello. Team Rocker, Diamonds writing pages for the new Kickstarter campaign. I'm not. Nothing on that campaign is original to whoever set it up. None of it. It's just, what the fuck? The audacity. Skull Eater, hello, what's up? Shifter, hi. Lau, what happened now? I'll tell you in just a second. Her doesn't anger, she gets even. I do both. Doug209, what's up? Hello. Let's see. Our Antonio Cardenas, hello. Will I laugh at Angry or be afraid? I don't know. I think depending on the person. I don't think I'm a very threatening person. So I'm not sure. I am loud, though. I am very loud. Luffy is God. Hello. Let the anger out. Go crazy, baby. I'm trying to keep it in check. Because people say I get mean if I'm too angry, and I don't want to be mean. So I want to be reasonable. I'm not going to I'm not gonna lie when something's pissing me off, you know. I'm going to put up with fuckery. Ruby Jade, hello, what's up? Jay Ryan is here. Hi, Zachary, Jada Jaga, hello, Mark Pingrin. Find enemy, you shall fall. All right, we have a guest. Hello. Hi, Jake.
Congratulations on finally launching your Kickstarter.
Oh,
hell yeah, what's
you.
that?
Okay, this is, I should have known better. This entire stream is just going to be me being angry about this and Jake playing it off and joking about it and making me more angry.
For you. What's the funding goal? What are you at? How many days have you got left?
Off. So disclaimer, let's just put this out there. Disclaimer, I don't have any campaigns on Kickstarter. I have never put anything on Kickstarter, but it appears like there is a conspicuous Kickstarter campaign that is using, in its entirety, every single piece of art, all the image, including the descriptions and the campaign story, including the creator bio, are my art for Fiendish, run through filters or color shifted. And the text is rephrased paragraphs from my campaigns. And even the bio is someone claiming my work history using different phrasing, which is absurd. Because no one else has, literally nobody else has my work history. It's very strange. It's like, I feel like I'm looking at an AI fever dream of my own campaign. I'm like, did an alternate dimension me make this? But no, I did not authorize this. This is copyright infringement. This is pure bullshit. Reasonable Rainy, like a new approach. I try. You're like a Rachel Rainy, thank you. This stream sounds like an EVS stream. Well, I'm not often in the mocking fools mood, right? Because I think despite everything, I'm fairly, I like, how do I put it? Despite me possibly having a temper sometimes, I really want to keep my channel about art, but this is pertaining to my campaign. This is not some bullshit that I'm not involved in. Somebody is taking my art and selling it in a crowdfunding campaign, and I have a duty as the creator of this intellectual property and as the artist behind who created this to fucking do something about it. And I'm mad because that's my baby. Fiendish is my baby. I created it. I'm not gonna put up with this shit.
Yeah, Michael Bancroft says it's Penny Rachalski. Did they parody your name in any way, or did they just completely copy whatever you did, like copy paste?
So let me pull it up so you guys can know what I'm talking about. This is funny. It's not funny, but also funny.
How long have you known about this? When did you find out about it? How long ago did you find out?
Since about 2 p.m.
Okay. Have you been fuming she's been fuming ever since?
More like 3 p.m. I don't know. I woke up at like 2, and then I went on Twitter, and someone tagged me. Let me see.
Somebody was saying on Twitter, they tried to report it, by the way, guys, that you can definitely all report this if you want. Like, if you go to the IP and copyright option, you'll probably get the thing that says only the copyright holder can report this. There's a different report that literally everyone can do. If you have a Kickstarter account, you can go to this campaign and go to the bottom and click report, and it's just, I think it's like the first option, and then it's a couple of options, and you'll find it. Everyone can report it. I already have. I know Phil has. But yeah,
I appreciate it. I did as well. Thank you to on Twitter RC Machine 1994. He, I don't know. Wouldn't want to misgender anybody. The person who found this campaign and tagged me on Twitter. So thank you to RC Machine. Got a shout out there. I much appreciate it. Now let me share this fuckery. There you go. So yeah, look at that. Look at that. What look like to you?
Wow, I know. Congratulations. You didn't tell anyone this. I don't know when you got 3 days to go. You didn't tell anyone you launched it.
What the fuck did this happen? What the fuck is this? 9 baggers 3 days ago? Which 9 fucking idiots backed this?
Hey, no.
Listen, my art is pretty good, but like it's weird. It's like, hold
9 misguided heroes. They wanted this.
Look at the fucking way it's phrased. So even Penguin is independent fantasy comic that draws inspiration from history and classic fantasy. This entire thing reads, I have my Fiendish Chapter 1 campaign. This is my Fiendish Chapter 1 campaign. And like, it's obviously everything is ripped off. Like, look at the banners, the style. Fiendish independent classic fantasy by Irene Strauss taking instrument classical fantasy and ancient history. Like, this entire thing, it's all the same, but rephrased, right? Like, look at this. It's like they just ran this through a text editor or possibly some AI. The banners are the same style.
They pasted it into Chat GPT and said, could you reword this super quick? What is this AI morphing?
Oh my god, that is fatal ground. Look at this shit text design on this like filtered, horribly filtered, bastardized version of my art. That's my art. There's not a single piece of original art on this campaign. The only thing is this looks like somebody redrawing my cover for my black and white cover for Fiendish, but I don't even think this is someone actually drawing it. I think this is run through an AI filter. Yeah, this is run through an AI filter. This is the only thing that's like, it's clearly, hold on, let me scroll down to look, that's the original art behind here without the title text, but run through a fucking filter. That's what it is. And then the interior art is literally the interior pages just color shifted. They didn't even run this through AI. It's just a color shift. I can do this in Photoshop in 2 seconds. I'll take my art and I just throw like a red photo filter over it. Look at this. Look at this shit.
Are all the pages that
what the?
They're on some alien planet now as well.
The balls on someone to do this. Okay, hold on. And like, if you look at the bio too, it's even more absurd. Cincinnati, Ohio. Bullshit. I doubt they're actually in Cincinnati. Oh, my name is Celine. Even that sounds like they're ripping off my name, Irene. Irene means peace. It's like Irene, Celine. And the work history is comic artist, illustrator, animation artist. Career began on Deadpool Family 2011, FX, Archer, Marvel Television. Nobody else has worked on all 3 of those things but me.
They put effort into this. They put effort into making a parody.
Solara Celine Berenice. Who the fuck is this? This is fake, by the way. This is fake. This is no way this is a real person. Then this is like first created, zero back, hasn't backed any campaigns. This is not a person's real identity. This is about just my art ran through like an orange filter. This is just like color filtered from how do they fucking get these pages? Oh, I posted some of these pages. These are the pages I posted as sneak peeks for everybody. The lettered ones. Yeah, look, this is.
No, when you're saying that hue shifted, these aren't these the pages you've only put out in black and white? They've just
they colorized it.
Yeah.
AI. I just realized that because if they did hue shift these pages, the color versions, it wouldn't look like this because the color versions have more shading. I know that. So this is just the black and white pages, but colorized with like fucking 2-year-old. Like, how does somebody who can draw like this would not color it? Like, this is like 2-year-old magic marker, like bright ass trees, like the ground is snow. Why is it brown? This is the worst coloring ever. Like, nobody who draws like this actually would color like a 2-year-old. This is so bad.
You're saying you don't want to hire this as a backup colorist? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. So this has been really great. It's a CCP, I'm Taiwanese, right? Yeah. My internal like everything is a CCP clock is like Spidey sense is like, oh, it's always a CCP. But no, I have no idea who the fuck this is. I just know it's fuckery and I want it to come down. And this is a record. Look, behold, this is proof that this is happening. And I've already screenshotted everything. I've archived it, but like fucking this shit, people need to be aware also. This is also why I'm letting people know this happens to creators. So you got to be on the lookout. On a certain level, it's kind of like it's like, why would someone want to rip off my campaign? But I guess chapter 1 did pretty well, so that makes sense.
I mean, if you were going to rip someone off, yeah.
I suppose it's a compliment, but I really don't want this kind of compliment. Do not steal my IP. This is bullshit. Fuck right the fuck up. Take this down. Fatal ground, yeah.
Plot twist, it was Jake all along. Shut up! Shut up!
No, this is different. Well, the Space Kitties things with Shane, that's a whole different thing. That was actually official with like a large company. They went through and made that was Disney, wasn't it? That's insane. So this happens. This is not one person doing this to independent creators. This happens all the time. And Phil was saying that this has happened to other creators, and especially CG creators a few years ago. And I don't know about that because I wasn't around crowdfunding, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I've heard about it happening. It's a few different campaigns here and there. I'm sure they all got taken down though. If enough people report it, like there's only a few days left. I'm sure it can get taken down in time. What if
there's updates? No, there aren't any updates.
There's none.
There's nothing. No comments. No updates. Community. I don't even. There's also. This is also the thing of like. This isn't just somebody using. I haven't watched the trailer yet. We should watch it to see how like stupid it is. It's probably also AI generated.
I think it's just your trailer. I think it's just your video.
I don't know. It probably is like, well, or they could have just AI generated a trailer, because a lot of this looks AI created, and I'll show you why. I think it's a combination of, it's probably, my suspicion is that it's a combination of, they ran a bunch of like sections of my campaign through AI, but a person manually uploaded it, because then that's how you get around like all the sensors that try to detect if something is a copy of something, like another campaign on the internet. And I'll show you why. Like, look at even the way the tiers are, like the shape language, the text.
Names.
That's exactly how. But it's like, this is like an alternate universe version of my campaign, but done like shit, like
It's
made
the
by a
CCP
9-year-old.
version. It's the CCP version.
This is fucking incredible. Hold on. So you guys are all saying China or the CCP. Hold on. I'm gonna show you something in a minute that's fucking hilarious, because I spotted this. I don't think anybody else would have noticed this, but I'll show you something in a second. But look at this, the way I have this whole like diamond and hexagonal shape language for Fiendish. Like, I developed a whole sort of like graphic design style for this series, and they're trying to do the same thing but more shittily. And even the tiers, the way I structured the tiers in the Fiendish 1 campaign was like, these are the domains in my magic system: air, water, cold, earth, heat. There's also plasma, but that went down fairly early because I sold out of the items. That was the highest tier. But this is exactly the same. Like, the tiers are the same. They changed the title, and in the descriptions of the story, like the summary and the story, they changed the names. They changed the name of the creator, but in the tiers themselves are completely the same. Look at this: air, water, cold, earth, heat. Plasma was sold out, so I took that out. And so this is my original. I had a standee, this little demon standee with the chapter 1 campaign, which, by the way, is also available in chapter 2, back Fiendish 2 now. Look at this atrocious piece of shit version of my standee. Look at that.
Oh, look at the little thing. The poor
Look
guy.
at this shit. Look at this shit. This really is like
The
my
thing I find the
standee
funniest
art.
of all of the morphed AI art, the thing I find the funniest is the slave girl's face, just slightly below this at the bottom of your screen that you've got, like of the trading
Oh,
card.
it's horrible. Hold on, we'll get to the trading cards.
Okay.
Because that's the funniest part. I love how the title is right in the middle of it. Yeah, that picture, that cover was absolute shit. Fiendish Fatal Ground. Now I already have a title for all the chapters.
It's taken your monster and turned it into like a cute Pokemon pet, though. Like, that's like the cute pet version right there on the right of those two.
I know, this is like cute. I mean, it's cheapy art anyways, but this is like, it's so obvious. It's so weird.
Like, you could have that as a mount in an MMO.
Yeah. Like these two versions, this with the way the line where this is clearly just ran through some kind of AI diffusion or something. 9 people pledged. Right. I was also going to mention that it's very suspicious that you have 9 people pledging and it's at that number. Very interesting. I will not speculate as to the. I mean, that's also the thing with like the fact that literally all of the art on this campaign is from what work that I've done. All the work on here is I personally drew it. I personally designed it. I wrote, created, ran the campaign. I even made the trailer. I did everything on this project. So I drew all of this stuff. You have to understand, this is the source of my anger, except for the trading cards. The trading cards I hired somebody for, but I colored it. So I've handed all of this. So this is all my work that got ran through some shitty AI filter. And so there's nothing original here. So is there even a book? This is clearly... So this is a scam. There's no other way to put it. Like, if there was, what are they going to do? Sell like an AI version of Fiendish?
No. This is what you do. You put a campaign up. I don't know how long it's been up for. It says 3 days to go. Who knows how long the campaign was even up for? You possibly even put a bunch of your own fake money into it somehow, so it almost reaches the goal, so that like you just trick a couple of people into pushing it past the finish line at the end. Like, that might not even be from all real people. Like, what's even been backed? Like, you can see how many people have pledged to specific tiers on the side. I think like it might not even have any real backers yet. That could all be fake, but like it could be basically just luring in a couple of people who would think, shit, it's so close to funding, I've just got to push it over.
Yeah, probably. It probably is something like that. I don't know the reason for doing this other than to piss me off, but it is all I can say is it is pissing me off. And look
So
at the
make
fucking.
money.
Okay, this is absolutely machine colorized because if it was, can you see my cursor? If it was colored by a person, the smoke would be filled in. This is just like this is auto. I've worked with people who they use machine and AI coloring sort of to run it as a base to do the flats and then they'll color over it. Some people are experimenting with coloring art like that. And this is exactly the effect that when machines colorize things, they'll miss little patches like this. And a human artist will have to go in and make the fixes. But clearly, this is not done by a real artist. They didn't know to fix that.
There is a feature in Clip Studio where basically you can put a couple of, you can just colorize an image or just put a couple of colors down in the spaces and it'll like fill it all the way in, and it usually looks pretty watercolory. But yeah, there's definitely easy to use tools for that aren't even like Stable Diffusion or whatever. But
you can color comp. Yeah, you can AI color comp pages. Lotus is Jake all along.
no, I haven't found out. If it was me,
Selena the link, bruh. Hey, Selena or Selena, whoever. If this person has the balls, come talk to me right now. I welcome them. Come talk to me face to face and explain what the fuck you're doing here. I would love to talk to them. Why don't you man or woman up and come talk to me about what this is all about?
It's about making money. It's about rubbing your art and just making money off a couple of people who look at it and obviously because there's some nice art on here, think shit, I'll back this.
PTP had one too. Yeah, I know. I'm not the first person who this has happened to. Not just like the Shane thing, but other people with other creators with crowdfunded campaigns. They've had fake campaigns. I think Ethan had one as well. This is I'm not like a special flower here. I'm just this is the first time it has happened to me, but I'm not the only person this has happened to. Someone asked if this was doujin, would I allow it? If it was someone's original art, then yeah, because I come from manga. If you're making an original like Ashcan based on Fiendish characters, I think that's cool. That's like fan art to me. I don't go after people for just doing fan art. Like this is just someone taking literally my art and trying to make money off of it. Is completely different. I love fan art. Totally different things.
Wait, if someone made their own Fiendish book in your universe and did their own campaign for it, you'd be cool with that?
With fan, like their own campaign?
Yeah, no, I'm just wondering because of the way that Doujinshi works. Because I don't think they have a crowdfund that kind of stuff. They'll just do a small print run and take it to a convention. But like,
yeah, that's more like you take it to a convention. I don't know. I think I trust my fans to the level where I think if they wanted to do, I don't know about making a campaign off of it.
Yeah.
If you want to sell it at a convention, I think I'd be okay with it. But honestly, with that, of course, I appreciate fan art, but if you want to make money off of it, I'd hope people could run it by me first. That's the only thing, because it is my IP. I created the characters, but generally, I don't think I'd have a problem with it, or I think I would like to be part of the campaign. Like, let me help you sell it, and you can get part of the money too, and let's split it. But that's completely different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is different. You're in the West. You have to protect your copyright differently. Even though even if you respect the whole fan art thing, it's like it's a different culture, a different set of laws. So
right, I see what you mean. If when someone is selling fan art, so I mean, I don't. If I was like a multi-million-dollar company like Disney, I wouldn't go after people just selling prints of my shit. If Fiendish by some miracle got huge, like I would not be going after people that were just running like small fan art, selling small fan art doujinshis and selling prints. Like I think it's bullshit, and it's not that. I think when it's like a small artist and you're a large corporation or you're a much larger creator, like you need to have some leeway and just allow people to sell some prints, and it's fine. Like you don't want to punch down on a smaller artist like that, but
But comparatively, this is obviously very clearly
this is obviously completely different. This isn't fan art. That's totally different.
Yeah.
Blame Shane. I don't think this is Shane's fault at all. There's a lot of this shit. Somebody said this happened to Lucrezia as well. Shittily or any words in whole languages. This entire thing. Hold on. Okay, let me show you why I was like, ooh, it's funny that you guys mentioned CCP. Because hold on. Let's gaze upon this shittily AI colored art again. I mean, the art isn't bad because it's my art, and my art's fantastic, but the coloring is shit. The shit coloring is terrible. Can't even color in the smoke. What the fuck is
the
this
blue
shit?
sky? Skies are blue, you know.
That's fucking dumb. No, it's all wrong. It's not even sky behind them. There are trees back here. You can see the lines with the trees where like the AI didn't recognize that it's actually trees and it should be green or snow cap, like with snow on the trees. They just like made it all blue. It's clearly, it's even done by a human. The more I look at it, the worse it gets. Okay, hold on, let me catch him in chat. I would totally play D&D with Rainy. I would be I'm fun in D&D. I kill all the things. I like to play DPS. It's probably some India? I don't know. I have no idea. Like the campaign profile says it's someone in the United States, but I think that's all bullshit. None of it would be real people. Mm-mm.
I would love for you to be the game master in a D&D campaign and then just try and torment you as one of the players.
Oh yeah, you would get on my nerves. CW892, I'm Selena. Well, the person's name is Celine on the campaign, but if you are, come talk to me. Why not? Celine, whoever you really are, why don't you come talk to me, bitch? Hold on. I got a few super chats. Alferis and Megan, thank you. Oh, that's nice. StreamYards automatically starts super chats. That's so helpful. Thank you, StreamYards. Finally. Thank you for the 5 money laundering the screen smurfing. Create fake Kickstarter, send link to crime people. Crime people send money to small amounts to move it. Really? You think so? I have no idea. I don't know like anything about what this. I'm not going to theorize on like why they did this. Clearly, they just want to make some money, but I just want to come the fuck down because it's my IV.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of if you're making a copy of a campaign that already exists, then like it's not gonna fly under the radar. If you just wanted to scam people, like just make up a bunch of AI art junk. You know what I mean? Or I don't know, maybe it's easy to scam people if they're stealing good art.
Remus figure, are they tracing her drawing? They're not even tracing it. Hold on. Let me show you a side-by-side. I'm going to get to trading cards in a second. Do I have... Oh, I think
colorizing line art. They're taking line art pages that have only been pretty much put out there as line art and colorizing.
Do I have any... So the pages they put as interior art. See, this is the thing. Their Kickstarter probably has AIs that will search through all other crowdfunding campaigns on both Kickstarter and Indiegogo and all the largest crowdfunding sites to see if anything matches. And so because they rephrase everything, they change the titles, and they're not using the exact same pages that I posted on the campaign, their algorithms probably don't catch it. But these pages that they posted on this bullshit Kickstarter campaign are from pages that I have posted. So, hold on. I'm not going to go through my 1,036 updates and find all the pages. Hold on. Let me pull up some.
She's so frustrated. She's going full ADHD, guys.
It is. My brain is like, my brain is frying. I'm so mad right now. It's just fucking infuriating.
It's okay.
Oh,
you'll be okay.
Who the fuck is this? Somebody has the name Celine. Hello. Hey, bitch. Who the fuck are you?
Welcome, Celine.
What's your problem? What's your problem, Irene? This is my campaign. You're out here slandering me.
Your campaign is bullshit. And you're a lying bitch. So why don't you take it down?
My colors are way better than yours.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Your colors are shit. They look like a 2-year-old did it.
Hey, don't be an anti
what?
Coloring pencil.
Anti-fake ass loser. Dude, the colors are so terrible. But
well, I don't know. I wish to give, Celine, it was a bold choice to turn the snow into sand. And I know that everyone's ragging on you right now, and you're pretty much the villain in this role, but like you did make some bold choices with the colors, so look, not everyone.
I think the story just works better in a desert setting, warm. You know, no one wants to be cold. No one wants to. Everyone wants to be out in the sun.
So
definitely
this
warmer
is
looking at your
Fiendish,
version.
but in but a shittily colored version of Fiendish in a desert setting is your campaign.
Desert Fiendish. Yeah.
Desert
No, it's not Fiendish. It's fatal something.
fatal something. Okay, look at this.
Look, I made this a week ago, right? Okay.
It's
Used AI.
Oh, you use Well, you know, I guess that makes it okay then, because you change things a little bit through AI.
Hey, Rini, when we get off live, can you send me the high res of these, please? I've only got like low res copies.
Oh yeah. I'll send you the high res so you can finish completely ripping me off. That'll.
You need a good.
I'll tell you the grift. We've seen it before. It's actually happened even on big Kickstarters, ones that have raised tens of thousands of dollars, and they've been caught out. They get people to invest large amounts of money so that it gets trending, and then other real people see it. I don't think any of those backers are real. I think they're all just because you don't get paid until the end. You don't the money doesn't come out, so they probably don't even have to use real credit cards. I don't know. I mean, they probably have some sort of fake thing.
Even easier to run the scam on Kickstarter because they don't take the money till the end.
Yeah. So then, and even the money doesn't even have to come out, or they can just back out at the very end or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The backings don't line up at all because, like, the amount of money, the amount of tiers that are claimed wouldn't even make up the amount of money that they've got. So it's like someone just dumped money into it without even claiming anything. So.
Yeah, look at this. Somebody asked if it was tracing. It's not tracing. It's literally my art. This is a black and white page from Fiendish 1, and this is just it's AI colorized. You can
There's
tell
no way anyone would. No one would go through the trouble of tracing art just for this shitty scam.
Yeah,
it's all just ripped.
It's just ripped. It's just a rip-off version of my art. Like all of this. And look at this fucking shit coloring. It's just fucking unbelievable.
Hey, my 5-year-old did that, all right? What are you saying?
Well, your 5-year-old sucks, and you should train him better. Come on.
I thought you guys would have got along a lot better. Like, you both seem to have made your own languages up for your book as well. Like, that's something to bond over.
Celine made up their own. Celine, did you make your own language for your book?
You can see it used on the pages.
Is it also a ripoff of my language? Neff, hey, what's up? No, someone is literally ripping off pages from Fiendish and are running a Kickstarter, and we're mocking it because this is fucking ridiculous.
And if you have a Kickstarter account, you can go and report it. You can go to
you should post the link to it in the chat so people can go and report it and show them how to report it.
It's pretty straightforward.
They might hit the wrong thing. Yeah, but they might hit the wrong thing and do the copy. You can't do the copyright claim. You've got to do the report it to Kickstarter.
Only I can. Yeah, right. Only I can do the copyright claim because I'm the copyright holder for Fiendish and just the original art. But anybody else can submit plagiarism or a there's different options. It's pretty straightforward at the bottom of the campaign. But, oh my god, it's like shocking. I was like just surprised and then amused and then really, really angry. It was like I went through a full spectrum of emotions all at once. I don't give a fuck if it's just $3,000. How fucking dare you take my hard work? Do you know how many hours I spent on this art? Bitch! Do you know how long it takes for me to draw this? You take your fucking rinky-dink AI bitch ass and run my art through your shit filters and you're trying to make money off it. Fuck and you!
Get better, Rainy. This took me 20 minutes.
Shut up! I'm kicking you.
Get good.
I hate you. Oh my god, it's so bad. Wait, Michael, did you see? This is funny. Did you see that they even ripped off my work bio?
Yeah, can't you hear my Cincinnati accent?
Yeah, they're
actually. Don't people say I sound like I'm from Ohio? Someone.
What?
Somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. Someone keeps saying it.
You don't sound like you're from anywhere North America.
It must be a meme.
That's a meme. You don't sound anything like we're anywhere from American.
No, you
from
sound
America.
British. You sound oddly British, Celine.
British, get the F out of here. We don't sound anything alike. All right.
I know
pure
that.
Cincinnati born.
Oh my god.
My name is Solara Celine Bernice.
Bernice.
The French.
You can call me
Solara
Sarah.
Celine.
Friends, you know, you can't call me Sarah. Only friends.
You do sound like a Sarah. You have a very feminine voice.
It's ma'am.
It's ma'am. Oh, I do. I will be careful. I don't want to misgender you, Celine. Oh my gosh. I fucking need a drink. Hold on. This is fucking infuriating.
So, Celine, you also worked on Archer before? What was that like?
Yeah, it's Celine.
Yeah, you know, it's very demanding. It's very demanding working on cartoons and for Marvel as well. You know, you have to draw a lot of characters and yeah, it's really tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Deadpool, Family, you know, all of that. That was way back in 2011 though, you know. So
that's weird because there are about 6 people that worked on that issue and I didn't meet you.
Yeah, I was in the pencil and inks division.
Oh, you're in a pencil and inks division. That's totally not the division that I was in. The different building of our in-house Marvel artists for comics, right?
Yeah.
right. Okay.
We were behind the water cooler. No one ran around back there.
Oh my god! Right. That's totally valid. Then I guess we just never met when we worked at all these companies at the same time.
I'm an introvert.
You're an introvert, right?
Yeah, I never came down. I never did the. You know when they used to do, like cake for someone's birthday. I never came.
We never did that.
But you know my work. You know my work very well. So much so that you and we have a very similar style.
We do. It's almost like we draw exactly the same, except you really need to work on your coloring. Your coloring is kind of shit.
Listen,
it's called native colors. It's
about,
you're not trying to tell a story or have atmosphere in your colors. It's all about just primary and browns.
Look at how terrible this is. Jesus.
I like the green you chose for the trees. It's very stark.
Yeah.
But
I'm an environmentalist. More green.
It's a magic marker level coloring. Oh, that was so as you just so work for Marvel. Celine, I think your skills would fit right in that Marvel. You should.
No, I
hope they're keeping you gainfully employed. Really?
I was cancelled. They know that this is before Me Too. You know, I was they didn't accept my gender identity.
Oh, that's.
I should just go back now. They would love me now. I'd get put on.
They need someone to draw Lady Deadpool or whatever.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. You're
right in.
Well, we respect your gender identity here, Celine. I just want you to know.
Good.
You're accepted.
So you're gonna keep the campaign up? Are you gonna back it?
Oh, I'm not keeping it up. This is fucking bullshit. I'm taking you down, bitch. But I will respect your gender identity.
Ellie Moona says I'm a sex worker only on the weekends.
Oh my god. Who needs bipolar? Yeah, I'm just hearing this in my head. There's not a third person on this stream at all.
What did you think when you saw me pop in for the first time?
I didn't know it. Well, I only sent a link to like 5 people, so I knew it had to be one of you guys fucking with me. That's fucked up. That's fucked up, man. Hold on. So this is I think it's a combination of AI stuff, but also somebody had to manually change things up because it's not an exact 1-for-1 of my campaign. What's interesting is here's a little treat for you guys. This is this over here. There you go. So this wasn't even on my campaign. This was something I posted on like fucking Twitter Actually, I think this might be from my Instagram because of the crop ratio. I think this is from my Instagram, and it's like this is a black and white drawing I did for a Red Valkyrie option, and they just colorized it. Look, my signature is still the fuck in there. It's fucking ridiculous.
No, I just lifted this from my shrine to Rini that I have on my wall behind me.
Oh, right.
You all over the internet.
Wait, are you the Celine that just moved in down the street that keeps on camping out in my backyard? Oh, okay. I've been wondering what you were doing around my house.
You hearing those noises late at night, and you thinking it's just the wind on the window? No.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Well, now that that's all explained, everything is fine. What's that from? No, it's just from art auction. It was a while ago. This was like over a year ago. I don't know when I did it, but it's a dev girl I drew for an auction. It's kind of Yomi, but with bigger boobs and horns. It's Yomi, but not Yomi. Yeah. This really shows how important the colorist is. Yeah, absolutely. Like this is what happens when you have like a shit colorist. Like it's I don't know. I'm sure AI will probably eventually get good enough to do decent colors, but right now I've seen people run their work through AI programs, but to just do like the base level coloring, and then they have a real artist come in and touch it up. Because like, for example, look at this over here. The background here, this is actually trees, and if you look closely, you can see my line art of the trees, but I just did it really faintly. But the program didn't recognize that. They colored it like the sky, but that's not the sky back there. That's
no. There aren't that many trees in a desert. You understand?
Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot
drew it wrong. You drew it wrong, and I fixed it.
Wait, but you just admitted it's my art.
You're welcome.
So you just admitted it's my art. So you're still going down.
Yeah, but I improved on it. You see.
Oh, you improved on it. Right.
Ipso facto, it becomes my art. You didn't pick that green for your trees. You didn't have that insight.
You picked the color for coloring over my art that I didn't give you permission to
I picked the color that was the green in my crayon box.
This is like
and it worked out brilliantly.
This is like an amazing levels of gaslighting. Okay, so let's look at these atrocious trading cards. Can I open this in a new tab? Let's take a look at this. I think this is the funniest thing. That's like, look at how bad.
Look at that face.
Look at the face on Yomi. It's so terrible.
With a crippled ET hand as well under her face. Like, oh, I'm so pensive.
I slaved for 10 minutes on these on what's that site called?
Yeah, did you go for mid-journey or stable diffusion? Have you got
I know I got the beta. I got the Photoshop beta of whatever they're doing. You know, Photoshop's got their version.
You got the plugin. You put all that effort into. Look, Celine put a lot of effort into installing those Photoshop plugins.
Put me down like this.
Yeah. I only spent hundreds of hours making this art, but
So Celine, I've just backed. I'm very excited for the rest of the series. Are you thinking of doing a second campaign? Because like this is just the first one, right? Like you've got how many books are you thinking of putting in the series?
I think probably about 12. All in all, yeah.
Well,
there's a big story to tell. It's a big world. There's lots of lands, and it's got its own language and everything.
Listen, I mean, seeing as this took you about 10 minutes, you should have book 12 done in like a couple of months, right?
Doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. I've got to wait I've got to wait for my muse.
You have to wait for your muse. That's me finishing all the books so you can rip them off in a new Kickstarter campaign.
Yeah. Rip off is such a harsh word. This is the new era of AI.
Whenever Rini finally leaves the house,
art belongs to the masses.
Months, you can go in with like you can break in and look at the drawings once every 6 months when Rini actually leaves the house.
Yeah, that's about the frequency by which I leave my house. That's completely true.
Mahajane says my voice should be more feminine. Excuse me? Excuse me? Bigot?
Listen, you sound very feminine to me, Celine.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry about the chat. I mean, they're just They're in a
Your chat is full
there's
of-
a lot of
your chat
reading.
is full of
Your
codes
your
and
very feminine baritone voice is valid here, Celine. We accept you.
Is that the French baritone? Baritone? You just say your French baritone voice.
Baritone. What is this? They did 2 versions of Yomi. They did 2 different diffuses.
I like the eyes on the demon. I like the
Oh
eyes.
my god, that's so weird.
The AI had to put a
The
face.
AI keeps putting a face on the demons. That's so these are the trading cards for chapter 1. Okay.
Oh well, I mean these ones look a little bit plain.
Demons need to see too.
Oh, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself all the way.
That demon really could have done with a face.
They have faces. The faces are on their chest. It's the whole point. They're like
a face where someone would traditionally put a face. You know what I mean? You've gone ahead and you put these on the chest, and like usually a face is here on the top.
I know you guys are just fucking with me, but this is like legitimately stressful.
Okay,
I'm writing down a new prompt right now. Okay, face on chest.
Got it. Oh my god. Yeah. So look at these. These are my trading cards, the 4 trading cards for the chapter 1 campaign that everybody got that were really nicely done. And these are their bastardized AI versions of it. The E-School one is just like kind of filtered. They didn't even change it that much.
E-School with Simpson's eyes.
I know his eyes look all weird and shit. Hold on. So this is what I wanted to point out. So this is really funny. I don't know if this means anything. If this actually is like a hint at anything, but I noticed this and I don't think anybody else noticed it. So these 2 were probably taken from the website because as you can see, I don't think I posted the versions of the trading cards with the stats. So I have a little stat bar at the bottom for the website versions. So hold on, let me show you guys. But you guys should also check out the website because I have a spiffy awesome website and shit. So I have the characters. There you go. On the website versions, they're like little stat bars at the bottom. They probably took it from here, actually. But
definitely didn't take it from there. Definitely not. No way.
Definitely not. Right? Totally not. This is totally original artwork. But let me open. So, I guess you guys already saw it. So it's like clearly taken from the website, but. Look at the text down here. Let me see if I can zoom in more. This is like all like just ran through some. This is like AI
That's my
gibberish.
Language.
Yeah,
you want me to read that out for you?
Yeah, go
on, 190. What's that?
Amazing. I underestimated your genius.
I put time into this.
Jesus. But like
I spent all afternoon on this.
You did? Wow. That's some shitty AI generation that took
Seems
that
like
long.
in a different life, you 2 could have been friends. I mean, you both want to make your own languages.
No, I really would hate it if I had to spend time around myself. I think this would really definitely not work out. I would be so annoyed. I want to slap myself all day long. This is like
annoyed by your own squealing.
I would be annoyed at myself. So like this is fucking weird because so the original text is clearly in English, but this looks like Japanese characters and this is like weird fucked up Chinese and Japanese characters, right? So isn't that weird? Look at that.
We used the same character generator on Narwhal's book.
Like,
the same people.
Oh no! You're right. I got it now. It's Narwhal's made up Chinese language. That's what it is. But yeah, I noticed that because I was like, is that Chinese? And then I look closely and it looks like hiragana mixed with kanji, but the hiragana is all wonky and fucked up. And if you look closely, this looks kind of like fucked up hiragana. Like none of these are like this character is the one for person in Chinese and Japanese, but all the other ones are like this is no. It's weird because the original there's never been like a Japanese or Chinese version of this. So
yeah, I mean, what kind of keywords did you have to type into the prompt to get that kind of result, Celine? I mean, pass on the knowledge.
Gibberish.
Yeah, I get it. That would probably work
Just
quite well.
Asian language, please.
Generic Asian.
Generic Asian language.
Mm.
And yeah, just it gave me this, and I think it looks very authentic. I don't know what you're talking about.
It brings the
New Orleans, says Warlock. Exactly.
Narwhalian, yeah, it is. It's a Cincinnatian's understanding of Asian languages.
It's Cincinnati Chinese. It's
Yeah, you're from
Cincinnati
Asian.
Chinese.
Holy shit, you're right. Oh, let me see. All right, I have a few. Let me catch you with a few super chats. It's just, this is fucking ridiculous. This is so dumb.
It's a taste
so dumb.
of. That's what I typed in. A taste of Asia, and that's what it gave me.
A taste of Asia. That's what you typed in.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I'm Asian, Celine? Is that why?
I don't see race.
Look at his mouth. It's like so.
A taste of Asia, comma, art station, comma, trending, comma, realism, comma, 4K.
He has, I don't know. He also has 6 fingers. I don't know.
That's, I mean, it is a fantasy world. I mean, if you're going to make up your own fantasy races, it would make sense that some of them would have 6, 7, maybe even 11 fingers on one hand.
And one giant tooth.
Yeah. I mean, if they have different... Tooth? Do they have different types of foods in your world that are more easily consumed with one giant tooth? Like wooden carrots.
Wooden carrots.
Yeah, we eat our mouths are like hydraulic presses. That's how we eat. And it just squashes until it pops.
With just one giant tooth.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Website. Hold on. Let me pull up. I guess this really. I was gonna try and pull up another comparison. Let's just go back to this stupid campaign. Oh my fucking god! Unbelievable.
In Brighton, I feel like my shenanigans on this campaign have upset you, Rainey. I'm not going to apologize, but I will offer some positivity here. Did you see the interview that Ethan did yesterday or the day before with forgive me, I can't remember her name now.
Oh, Nina Infinity?
Yeah, they talked about you.
Really?
Yeah, someone did a little clip down of it. She was really very complimentary of what you've done with Fiendish and the successes, which is part and why I decided this is probably what I should copy. I mean,
okay. Well, I guess that's
around here.
There's no higher compliment than
exactly.
Finally.
Imitation is flattery.
Thank you for noticing.
Right, imitation is flattery. Okay, well, there's at least there's. I appreciate that, Celine. I appreciate that. It's very flattering. I'm grateful for your praise, and I'll take that to heart and continue making Fiendish more awesome. But I'm still taking you down.
Being my muse.
I can be your muse, but I'm still taking this down because it's not your art.
Yeah, FKA says Celine is race swapped to Rainey. Yeah, Celine, aren't you French? From your name, I would assume you're French.
Je suis français.
Is it French? Look at this name. It's like French.
The stupid little marks above the letters, so I assume it's French.
Céline Berenice. C'est moi.
So it is. So it's French. I thought it was like Spanish or something, but I don't know French. So
I believe that is a accent grave.
Oh,
I could be completely wrong on that.
You're just making this up. This is
no, I could be right too. There's a 50-50 chance I'm right.
This is an alternate universe version of me if I was mixed with French instead of Polish.
Oh, I was wrong.
You're wrong. Let me catch all these super chats. I'm like way behind. I'm ignoring y'all. I apologize, Snafu, for 2. Thank you. I got $2 on it being CCP to China. I don't know. Like the fucking text and the trading cards was weird to me, but I don't know where in the world this person is. It could be anywhere, right? Thank you.
It could be down the street.
Cincinnati, France.
Right. Yeah, it could be Cincinnati, France. For $4.99, thank you very much. Sorry, Reen, that's just my comic. Friendish that you saw. Oh, okay. Okay. It was totally was that? I just missed that. Ferris Omegon for 2, thank you. Is it really the easiest scam people? I actually don't know. It might be what Jake was saying, that this was all fake, but I really have no idea. I don't know.
It's very easy to set up. It actually happens way more often than you imagine, and it happens on really big campaigns. It happens on very stuff like this. It's just a holdover of the way that Kickstarter is set up, where you don't actually get charged until the end. It's a real problem for their site.
If it has tricked anyone, it's probably tricked about 7 people. There's 7 actual backings.
I wouldn't believe any of them. Maybe it's possible. Yeah. But considering the massive high backer number, like the average order value.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, but either way, I mean, this should come down pretty quickly. You would hope. It has taken way too long in the past for some of them to get taken down. If it doesn't get taken down, the next 12 or so hours, I would reach out to Dojo Kun, because he's a fraud examiner. He has been able to, because he's got credentials and stuff, he's been able to take campaigns down really quick.
Awesome. Yeah. I don't think any of these are real backers. Like that. Here's the thing. People need to be aware that this can happen, and don't try to fucking do this. If you're the person that's doing this or thinking of doing it, like, this will get caught, and I will take legal action. I'll do whatever it takes, because I have a duty as the copyright owner and creator of my work and Fiendish to protect it. And I'm sure everybody else who is a creator would do the same thing. So I don't understand why anybody thinks they can get away with it. Bullshit. And I doubt any of this is like real backers, but this shit happens. Rexmark for Canadian 220. Thank you. Give this dude a swirly. Swirly? I don't know what that is, but thank you.
I don't even know what a swirly is.
I don't know what that is.
That's
swirly
crazy.
Like the drink?
It's where you shove someone's head down the toilet and flush the chain.
Summer child.
Sir Nolan Locker for $9.99. Look, guys, is Bazamore ass calling Naomi? Naomi, look at this Hagna. Oh no, Hagna. Oh my gosh. Let's get this shit off the fucking page. Everybody go look at my fucking actual campaign, my actual work. Everybody, this is where you can back the real Fiendish. So enough of that bullshit. Sir Nolan Lockhart for $9.99. Yeah, Bazamore ass calling Naomi. Exactly, that's what it's going to be. Thank you, Nolan Lockhart.
Someone needs to draw that. That would be like a Naomi sounds like a Resident Evil style character with like 2 pistols. Hagna would be like old lady Ragnar with like a huge freaking witch's nose trying to trick everyone. You'd have Askel, which would be like Eskel with a huge
Askel, right? Yeah, don't give them any ideas. Double-eyed Elvis for 20. Thank you. Support for the fellow Georgian. Thank you very much. And hello, my fellow Georgian. That ain't cheap. Thank you very much for the $20. I really appreciate it. 200-watt studio for 2. Thank you. Rini, you're on Kickstarter now. I mean, I'm not. I've backed Kickstarter campaigns. I've never put anything on Kickstarter. That is not me. Dalgo Silla for 10. Thank you. Slightly unrelated to this amazing looking campaign. How are the Fiendish pages looking? Well, I hope you're talking about this one right here. I have three pages left. 3 pages. I'm working on the 3rd to last, but I also have to edit the opening. So I guess that technically counts as 4, because I decided to go back and edit the opening. Because there's this whole thing about reframing. So I'm in like the last stretch of inking it, and I'm really stressed this week, and I'll probably be stressed for the rest of the month. So that's that. It's progressing as planned, but now that I'm thinking of it, I'm like slightly worried that I don't know how long the printing is going to take, because I planned for a month, but I've heard other people will take longer. I hope it won't take longer than a month, because the plan is to be done with all the art by the end of this month. And I'll send it to the printer, probably a week back and forth of like print files and adjusting things. And I was thinking like 3 to 4 weeks, I would have it printed and shipped. But if it does take longer, I'll keep you guys updated. But I'm in the last stretch of finishing the inks. We're almost done. So I hope that this is satisfactory, and this will be wrapping up soon. I'm very excited, but stressed. So much fucking work.
What cover treatment are you going with?
Not spot gloss.
Can I suggest?
Definitely not spot gloss.
Spot gloss, gold foil, die
No,
cut.
I'm not going with spot gloss.
Can I suggest scuff-free matte? It's what Shane used on Inglorious Rex. I've got some of my books printed with it when I had some scuffing issues. It is the best. It feels so good. It feels so professional, and you can't scuff it. It's just, you don't have to worry about issues. It's amazing. It's great. That's just my suggestion. That's what I'm using on Fatal something, whatever it's called.
Oh,
Fatal Ground.
On Fatal Ground or what the fuck ever. Right. Okay. Well,
Fatal
great
Ground.
tip. Thanks, Celine. Fiendish link is it broken in description?
help.
Oh, I'll check it out. That's unfortunate. Well, here's a direct link to the Chapter 2 campaign if you guys need it. I didn't realize it was broken. Thank you for letting me know. There. Fatal Ground give us spot gloss. No, they probably wouldn't. Probably
actually,
not.
Celine,
Thank you.
would you go with spot gloss on your campaign?
I think I need to make another 20,000 if you all want to jump in.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably afford it then.
Then y'all are never getting your book. A spot gloss takes for fucking ever. Thank you, Dogo Solo. Jojo wants Studio for 2. Serini is just the Asian way to say Selini? What? Serini is a oh, I get it. Ha 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 ha. Salini is the way to say Salini because we can't pronounce our L's. Very funny. Thank you, Jojo wants Studios. I disavow. Kyle Kluken for 5. Thank you. Berenice Marlowe is a person that people wanted a fan cast of for Celine, Dark Queen, and Marvel. Celine Berenice or Berenice, I don't fucking know, fucking French or Spanish, appears to be a playoff of that. Oh, really? Oh.
Wow, so they're a massive nerd as well as a criminal.
So it's actually it's a real person they wanted a fan cast. I have no idea who this person is, but thank you for the 5, Kyle. I appreciate that. We very much want you on DSS. Please message me for Canadian 275. Thank you. DSS. Okay, I will. J Desolate Soul Studios. I will message you on Twitter. I'm really busy right now. I'm trying to not book any more shows for like the next 2 or 3 weeks or so. So it's like I'm fulfilling in. I want to fulfill it in June, but fingers crossed. But I'm actually not as busy then because I'm not doing my own fulfillment. So like I'm busy right now because I'm trying to finish pages. And I was gonna stream today, but I got mad. So, but thank you. I'll message you and we can work something out. All right.
I was going to stream today, but then I got mad, and then I decided to stream.
I said I wasn't going to stream.
Oh, sorry.
I was not going to stream today. Vaughn, fuck off.
Yeah.
Vaughn's being terrible. Why I read this incredibly hardworking woman's work. Oh yeah, it's totally.
I know, right?
Sarcasm. Disclaimer, YouTube or any idiots out there who don't understand sarcasm, that's sarcasm. Okay, this is my work is being ripped off. But if you guys want to back the real original work on Fiendish, check it out. It's right here on the screen. Fiendish Chapter 2 Origins is my book. We're in the last stretch of production. We're almost at 170. That's the next stretch goal to 170K. That's so exciting. So thank you guys so much. The 170 stretch goal is to up the reward for the fan art campaign winners. So I don't know if that's not everybody gets something. I don't know if that's like an exciting stretch goal for all backers, but I just felt like it's only right to kind of give the fan art people who won something in the fan art campaign a bigger reward if the campaign itself made more money. It just seemed fair. So I'm upping the reward for the fan art contest winners if we hit 170, and then I have a bunch of other stretch goals planned as well. If we hit 200, I think I'm going to be printing a whole sneak peek at the next book along with chapter 2.
Ooh.
So I hope people enjoy that. The art's already done, by the way. Well, not all of it, but the first few pages are done. I have been working on chapter 2.5 in secret with an artist that if we hit 200K, I'll announce it. Talking to our shaved Janus is hello. If we let me look at our stretch goals right now. So here is the main cover. There you go. And this is the all natural cover. You can only get it with the Give Me Everything tier up here right now. But I think I'll open it back up for the closeout. And these are the two mini prints. This piece by Dan Lawless and this piece by Matt Barr, Matt Yaki, that everybody is getting as free mini prints. So you guys everybody's getting that
all
for
the
free
mats.
in here. All the what?
The mats. It's the mat.
The mats.
The mat pack.
Oh yeah, the double mat.
Mat
This
pack.
is the double mat.
Yes, the mat pack.
The mat pack. Yeah. The double mat pack. And here is interior pages from chapter 2. And like I said, I'm like I'll say 4 pages because fair, because I have to do edits, about like four pages from being done. I'm hoping to be done next week. I'm gonna like work like hell. I'm going to just bury myself in work and finish it. But it's like it's weird. All the pages in the middle are done, but I'm working on the last 3 pages and I need to edit the first page. So it's sort of like I'm working on the beginning and the end, but I want it to look extra good. So I'm like, shit. I'm like, I can't just bullshit this. And I don't bullshit any pages, but I can't take any shortcuts, if you know what I mean. I want these to look really good. And like the ending of chapter 2 is like this contemplative moment that I want it to be really beautiful. So I need to spend forever on it, but I should be done with it next week. And that's the plan. But for and I also posted the art for the sticker and the bookmark. The sticker is also something everybody is getting. I'm giving you guys so much free stuff.
Is Ragna's skin supposed to look more red than that?
Normally, yeah, she's supposed to be tan. Like she's not supposed to look like European white. But I think
I'll get my colorist onto it.
Don't worry about God damn it.
We'll get sorted out for you.
Oh my god. But like with this, it looked kind of weird if I made it more red. So that's why I kind of toned it back a little bit. I know she's technically supposed to be reddish. You think it would look better? Maybe I should make it more red. I felt like it was
looks like a normal person then. I was like, okay. And then it made me think like, okay, does she just turn red when she's using a magic or something?
Yeah. Okay. I'll make it more red. Because she's not supposed to look like any normal human race. She's like a weird magical race. So I'll change that. Thank you, Jake.
That's right. I didn't want to mention it because I didn't want to speak out of turn.
No, I don't. It's fine. Yeah. No, it probably should be more red. But yeah, everybody's getting that sticker.
Have you reached the goal yet where you're going to include the preview of the next book? Have you reached
that?
No,
I haven't. 200K down here.
I don't think people fully understand what your 2.5 campaign is. Do you want to explain it properly? Because if
right.
Please explain you guys are getting detail.
What?
Please explain it in great, exquisite detail.
Yeah,
right.
Get ready.
All right. I'm going
to hear typing in the background. That's completely unrelated.
Oh, it's totally unrelated, right? It's okay. Totally not suspicious at all, Celine. So my plan is I have several 0.5 campaigns planned. Basically, I have these like in between chapters that are smaller chapters. I would call them ash cans, but they're not because my main books. Okay, Fiendish 2 is right now. It was 70 pages. I actually cut it back. I need to change the campaign, so I apologize. It's 67 or 66 pages, and I didn't cut any content. I condensed the pages because I'm like, I realized I condensed some pages. Being on time is more important than me like having a higher page count. So I condensed a few pages so you guys get your book earlier. Anyways, I'm trying. But but these main books are all chapter 1 was like 55 or I think 60 pages with the added extra 4 pages. So these are like big books, the main chapters, and the in-between chapters are probably 25 to 35 pages, and chapter 2.5 is 25 pages. Right, it's 25 pages. So those are my ash cans, guys, because
they're side books.
All comic
ash
form.
can is not the right word.
It's 25 to 30 pages. Yeah.
So unless are they actually physically going to be smaller?
No. No, they're going to be the
then they're
same
side
size.
books. They're proper side
Mhm.
books.
I was thinking of having them printed as like ashcan size, but with the thickness and the art. Like I thought of just doing black and white or more like a more simple art style. Excuse me, sorry. I realized that I want it because the plan is I'm always going to be the main artist on the main Fiendish books, but that's always going to be drawn by me. But for the in between chapters, I'm hiring other people to do it. And with the 2.5 book, I'm hiring someone else, and they're making great progress. The first half is pretty much done. So
between each main campaign, you're gonna have like a campaign in between them where you're writing kind of like another story that'll flesh out the world, flesh out some of the backstory, and you have another artist working on those pages whilst you keep working on the main series, so you get like more stories out there for people. Is that what you mean?
I don't know if it's going to be between every main campaign, but right now the plan between chapter 2 and 3 is I'm going to have a chapter 2.5 campaign that is this side story, and some of them will be character backstories, some of them will just be exploring the rest of the world. And the idea is I've written quite a lot of material in the world of Fiendish, but I realize that there are certain adventures and sections of the story that don't need to be in the main plot, and I want to keep the main book series very focused on this is exactly what you need to be focused on and what needs to happen. And technically you don't need to read the 0.5 chapters to get it, but it would greatly help your understanding of everything that's going on. And a lot of them are like exploring the rest of the world or character development chapters, and they're loads of fun. Honestly, Fiendish 2.5 is the favorite thing I've written for Fiendish. Like, besides from the entire overall story of Fiendish, like if I'm talking about just one favorite chapter, honestly, I'm really proud of 2.5, and I'm really excited for you guys to read it. And all I'll say right now is it's a kind of a flashback, kind of a character backstory of Celine.
Celine reveal.
People wanted me to come on screen, and so I just thought they should see my face if I'm asking for their money.
I don't even know what's going on. Oh my god, he's all in costume. Holy shit, he's committing to the bit. Oh, that's holy shit.
Is that
that has to be a mask. That's not a filter.
You know, we should be more respectful. She's clearly of a different race. She clearly has that, what is it, vertiligo thing going on, very popular.
The French hat.
Well, I'm fine with you being a red stripe person, Celine, but I don't like the French, so the French hat is what breaks it for me.
That's racist.
I don't care. I'll be racist against the French.
What do you prefer to be called? Instead of red stripe person, is it like rouge? What is the French version of red stripe face?
Je suis un person rouge.
There we go. He's a person of red. She's a person of red. Sorry, Celine.
It's ma'am.
I know. Sorry.
Hold on. It's getting hard to see in this hat.
This is a very like feminine. That's a very feminine jaw you have, Celine. I'm envious.
Thank you.
You're a beautiful real woman.
It's a very predominant chin, Celine.
Gorlog like Celine. Oh no.
Oh, I love Gorlog. Gorlog the Destroyer came to my stream yesterday. And
she's making the rounds.
Very beautiful. Full of love heart. I want to cuddle in her warm, sweaty embrace.
Oh god. David G. Celine Missile Bancroft's background and change the color. Oh, this is too much. Okay. Anyways.
I'll turn my camera off. It's too much for you. I understand that.
No, we're basking in your beauty. But yeah, 2.5 is there are side stories that I've decided to run as separate campaigns just because they're so big. They're not just like a 9 or 10 page scene. They're entire books. So that's what I'm going to be launching. The plan is late summer or fall. I'm going to be launching 2.5 for Fiendish, and that's sort of so that's a bit of a buffer for myself so I can spend more time work because I want to get more pages done with the campaign before I launch it. But at the same time, it's I don't want to leave people hanging with material, right? And Fiendish is my only thing, and I don't want to get distracted from that. So what I realized is that for these in between chapters and these side stories, I can run those as side campaigns. So you guys will always have something fiendish to back or to read, and it'll generally always be a sign up. There'll always be a live campaign, or you'll be receiving your books. That's my hope. That's what I'm trying to give everybody. And but because these side chapters will be worked on by other people in the meantime, I'll be working on chapter 3, and then I'll have more pages done before I launch, so you guys don't have to wait that long for the next book. There you go.
It's a creative way of like continuously putting stuff out there, even though you can't draw it all on your own. Have you considered having the 0.5s, giving them a subtitle for their series, like Fiendish, and then like a typical subtitle, like
like I have with Fractured Mind. That's because my Fractured Mind is basically the same thing as what you're talking about here, drawn by different artists. It's a side story, 32 pages. It just in terms of marketing, that's all.
Yeah, like instead of just 0.5, if it's like Fiendish, extra quests, you would think of a better name than that.
Although it does put it, does the 0.5 mean that the timing of the story in the book coincides? It happens between Fiendish 2 and Fiendish 3.
Sometimes the 0.5 chapters would be. Sometimes they're not, because like I mentioned, sometimes the 0.5 chapters are flashbacks. But the ordering is important, because if you read it in the order according to that numbering, that's the best way to understand the story.
Okay.
That makes sense then.
That makes sense.
So it is important that, and I have like titles just like Fiendish 2, I'm changing it to Origins, right? I'm changing it to Strangers. Yeah, from Origins. I'm gonna change that. But I have like, in chapter 1 was Demons, so I have a chapter number, but I also have like a side, like a small side title, and all the 0.5 chapters will have that as well. So there you go. It's a guidon. Yeah, it is. But I was like, there's no really real English word for that, so I didn't know what to call it. It's a guidon. That's exactly what it is. It's a manga term. Yeah, there you go.
For this kind of book.
Yeah, well, a gaiden is in Chinese is wai zuan. It just means outside story, and it's like a side story, and the length really doesn't matter. I think there have been like entire manga volumes that are gaidens of main stories, and in some arcs in big manga series will just be like extraneous, extra stuff. It's like one of my favorite arcs in Berserk, the Lost Children arc, is kind of a gaiden. It's like a whole extra thing. You don't need to read the Lost Children arc to understand the rest of Berserk, but I think it's absolutely brilliant. And it's a side story. It's an outer story that explores the characters and the world.
I know this is really micro and a very small point, but you could like invert the color areas on the spine. Like if you're having a consistent spine design on all your books with like dark background, white logo, you could have like a light spine and a dark logo. I don't know. Popped into my head as an idea.
Yeah. No. I like those little like design things. That's a great idea. I haven't really thought that much about it, but because I haven't designed, I know what the cover is going to be. I haven't done all the design because we're working on pages right now. I'm like, I did the script, and I did the way I do scripts is I do the thumbnails and lettering, and the artist has been the artist has been amazing. I can't wait to announce him, and I have the colorist is great as well. But I've just been like, basically just they send me pages and so this is awesome. Okay, I'm approving it. Okay, that's great. I'm approving of it. Okay, I've just been ignoring everything else about this because I need to finish chapter 2 right now. But they're doing amazing work. So when I'm done with chapter 2, I'll get to like 2.5.
If you reach 200,000, that's the story that the preview is going to be of that will end up in the back of this book, like a little bit of it, right?
Exactly. Yes. So the plan is if we reach 200K, what are the other plans? Hold on, let me scratch because I forgot what I set for the stretch goals. Okay, so 170, the fan art contest winner gets more the reward increased. At 180, everybody gets a Fiendish logo sticker. So everybody is already getting this Ragna sticker, and I'll have everyone will also get just a logo sticker. I'll probably put some like special design in it as well. That'll be going out to all backers for 180. But at 200, that's the highest one I have set now because I really don't know what else to do. But 200, that's a really big stretch goal. And that's just an awesome number to reach. I still can't believe we're this far, but I would be printing the first 6 or 7-ish pages of 2.5, like just the first beginning chunk at the end of chapter 2. Because I thought of printing the whole thing, but then when I finished writing it, I realized it's 25 pages. I don't have the money. Like, I planned for this to be like a 60 to 70 page book, not like a 90 page book. So I need to do it as a separate campaign. But you guys will get a sneak peek if we get 200K.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I'm very excited. I swear you guys are going to love 2.5. I'm really proud of it. Okay, let me catch up on this super chat. Dango Solo for 10. Thank you. Oh, I already read this one, but thank you very much, Dango Solo. Let me see. Slipstick made an encounter reporter. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sure it's gonna come down. It's just yeah, because I reported it as well. It might take a while, so I guess I'm sure a lot of people already have told me that they reported, and I really appreciate it. And oh.
Are you okay, Celine?
So Celine died. Celine felt it.
Sorry, that was just one of my minions came in and had to shuffle them out.
Okay.
One of my coloring minions. So it was actually my colorist. He was coming in to let me know he's going to the
Your very real color. Are your minions back yet, Celine?
Yep. They've been back for a week now.
Oh, that's nice.
They came back and they attracted a cat. So that's something that's happening at the moment.
So you have a cat now?
Well, a cat has us. It showed up at our house. And,
some feral creature stumbled in.
Quite cute. It's a little kitten. It's probably about 4 months old.
There's several diseases.
What do you have against cats, Jake?
Nothing. I don't have anything against cats.
Anti-cat.
Nick, why do you have to be so negative about it? I've adopted stray cats. You go and get them cleaned and all like vaccinated and shit. It's like a whole process.
There was one cat a long time ago.
Oh, you were actually like traumatized by a stray cat?
I was very close to this cat. We went everywhere together. It was my Sammy, my white cat. We went everywhere together. It was just me and Sammy all the time. And then one day, after the stepdad whole thing happened, the cat just mysteriously disappeared, and we got dogs. And then from then on, Jake wasn't allowed to have his little Sammy anymore.
Oh, so you're just scarred. You don't want anyone else to have joy in their life. Okay, fine.
I couldn't have a cool cat sidekick. No one can have a cool cat sidekick.
Holy shit. Okay. I'm very sorry that happened to you, Jake.
That wasn't gaslighting for once either. I did have a cat called Sammy. It did mysteriously disappear one day.
Yeah, reopening old wounds here, clearly.
But no, I looked after a stray cat once. I don't know, man. The whole toxoplasmosis thing, I'm like, I don't know. I'm very suspicious of you guys now. I feel like I have to, ahead of time, counteract the toxo cat-loving brain parasite. But, yeah.
Yeah, you do. I don't know. I had a kind of sad experience adopting a stray cat as well. So I lived with a lot of roommates that had cats, but the only time I owned a cat was a little stray that wandered into my apartment, and me and my ex adopted it. And we did everything right, got her vaccinated and took her to the vet, and we loved her. She's so adorable. She's like a little gray thing, and she's an adult, but we thought she was a kitten because she was so small. She's so cute. But then, we had her for a year and a half or something, and it turned out she had crippling kidney disease that the vet didn't catch, and she died. It was horrible.
Wonder. Yeah,
I was very sad. So, and I haven't had any pets since. I think I'm mildly traumatized and in denial about it. Anyways, yeah, we all are. Hiding trauma, the channel. That was all for 10. Does that mean I can hire you after next week? I'm not going to be done next week. Give me 3 weeks because I have production, I have print files, and I have other shit to do. I have to finish the sound effects. So the lettering is mostly done, but I have to do the sound effects. That's the one thing with the lettering I still have to do. Give me, please have mercy on me. Give me something.
Celine's schedule might be open though. Are you taking commissions, Celine?
I'm God. 200 wants serious for 2. Do I need to read Fatal Ground before Fiendish? No, you don't need to read that shit. Just back Fiendish right now. Dago Solo for 10. Thank you. Anything to show from 2.5? Not yet. Honestly, I really want to show stuff, but I just feel like it's not the time yet. I feel like I should wait right like when we're ready to close out, or before, like I want to finish the pages first, and like before the end of the month, let's say, I should be announcing it, and I should be showing off some pages from the beginning. So you guys will be seeing pages from 2.5 soon, and you'll be finding out who's working on it very, very, very soon. I want to keep the suspense. This is more fun that way.
Yeah, build the hype. Build the hype.
Build the hype. That's right. Dago Solo for 5. Thank you. Filiground's very cover 205. So you mean I'm gonna draw something and just just my art?
Yeah, come on, Rainy, be kind. Do a variant cover for Fatal Grounds.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Bancroft said he's gonna be right back. Yeah, all right. But anyway,
Who?
Oh, I mean Celine. Celine Bancroft. That's her full name. I figured it out. She kicked Celine. No, I didn't. Bancroft said he's gonna be right back. Probably.
Again,
Who?
Celine, blah, 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 French words, meaning technically it's probably a bande dessinée. So I don't think you even have the right to claim the stake in that market if it's a completely different media form of French bande dessinée. I mean,
bande dessinée. I don't know even. Selfcraft, right? That was Bancroft. That was a good troll. All right. Hey, Jake, you should check the private chat. I asked you something.
Sorry.
How dare you?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, lol. Sorry.
I just say it on stream. Jake, do you want to pull up your stuff on stream so we can chill it?
You could have just said that. You could say, Jake, do you
I
want to
know.
something? Like, all right, then.
I was trying to be smooth about it. Just be like, and then here's Jake's thing, and then here's Bancroft's thing. But I guess we're not having that. Let me pull it up.
Sorry. I need to...
Where are the Lucent...
For me promoting stuff, I know I don't want to take over, but I have you guys watching. I have been working on my own book. I've been doing the thumbnail stuff. These are like thumbnails I've been working on for it. I've been getting my... No, show us. Oh, look, I redid those 2 pages, by the way. I redid that thing and this double page spread that you've already seen.
Hold on, let me full screen you again.
Remember those 2 pages? Remember those 2
spreads? You redid them. Yeah, awesome.
I redid those 2 because they looked pretty white before.
So like... what this is you're sort of floating around. You do the creative block show with me, Narwhal, and Phil, but you're working on your own comic, and this is... He showed us the comic in the back rooms the other day. It's fucking hilarious. You guys are gonna fucking love it. It's funny and it's so raunchy. It's so raunchy. And
well, it is. What's it called again?
Connell the Barbarian. Although here it says it's called Connell the Adventurer. That's right. Despite the title of the book, at this point, Connell is still classified as an adventurer for now. So you can tell how that goes for him. But right. Yeah, it's just a comedic, raunchy, I guess you could say heavy metal-ish fantasy comedy thing. But yeah, it's going to end up being around 70 plus pages. And it should be, it's about an adventurer called Connell who is constantly fucking up and losing adventurer points all the time, trying to hold on to his role as an adventurer. And yeah, I'm sure from the title of the book, you can tell how well that goes for him. But
I'm sure it goes very well. Yeah. What are we talking about? I've actually read part of it, and it's fucking hilarious. It's
hey,
so funny. It was great.
Who would have pictured that Jake would write a humorous, raunchy comedy book?
It should have been boobs and. You thought it would be a pensive, intelligent, dramatic, romance-filled.
Yeah.
Right. Jake would build something nerdy and weird like Fiendish and get all fucking in the weeds, like, ooh, the stitching on these clothes are wrong. It doesn't match.
I would do it as a parody. I would do it as if I ever did anything like, if there's any element to that, like I would parody stuff that happens in Fiendish just because it's funny.
Oh my gosh.
I could, but I also worked on a video game. This is a game of mine called Hollow Fist. I've worked on it for like 4+ years. And yeah, it's basically a comedic adult parody of Pokemon with real-time battles. You raise these little hollow buddies instead of Pokemon. And yeah, it's the world's first fisting adventure. You play as Mindy, the new Hollow Fister, on the scene in the island of Fistopia. And yeah, you work through the story to uncover the secrets of Fistopia. And yeah,
I don't think I ever want to visit Fistopia personally. You know,
in their world, it doesn't mean what you think it means. That's the thing. Like fisting just means hollow buddy battles to them. Yeah,
wait,
video games
means something else in the world of Fistopia.
Exactly. It means hollow buddy battles. But yeah, a video game about fisting. Yes, it's the world's first fisting adventure.
I love it. Well, everyone can. It's not available yet. It's still something that you're working on, but you can add it to like your Steam wish list.
Wish list it today. There's like a button if you go to the page. You can go to like fist.zone. That's a real website, not a fake one. It won't give you any viruses. And so enter the fist zone.
Enter the fist zone.
Exactly.
Make sure you bring a lot of lube.
See, the marketing's already working on Bancroft. He's already connecting itself. You gotta get in the fist zone.
You need to have you need to have special items like the lube item, or the potion should be called lube instead of potion.
Rini, I'm already way ahead of you. So you have you have bubble shields that you use in battles, and basically they're just like condoms. You have like a traditional bubble shield, which is like a pack of condoms. And you have the French prickler style bubble shields, where if an enemy attacks you, they take damage. You've got a stamina replenishing pill here called Triagra. It lets you get up again quicker, and like because it's all based around
I've had a few shots. It's just the best thing ever. It's so amazing.
So yeah, and because it's all based around like feeding, like to gain XP. You don't get XP from battles, you get XP from feeding your buddies stuff. You have things like slimming pills and laxatives and weight gain powder to feed your buddies to like amplify the XP gain from food. There's loads of design in it. It's just it's meant to be funny. It's meant to be. I'm glad Rini's laughing just at the mere sight, the mere hearing of like look at that.
I'm also like mentally 12 years old, so
I mean, so am I. So that's why this game exists.
That's why we vibe.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's the game.
Awesome.
Wish list.
It
says it's coming out. It says it's coming out February 2024. That's not going to happen. Every year I move the release date forward a year. And like, yeah, at the moment I'm working on a comic. After I've managed to like get the comic rolling, I'm going to go back to developing the game. So get it wish listed, and hopefully soon-ish, I guess, I'll put a demo out, and it'll be a free demo that you can play. So yeah.
All right. Awesome. That looks fantastic and it's hilarious. Jake makes hilarious stuff. I can attest to that. So everybody go wishlist this and keep an eye out for when he releases his Carnage
the Barbarian.
There'll be Carnage.
Oh my God.
Carnage somewhere with all this. After all this fisting, there's going to be some Carnage.
Hold on. Okay, I'm not going to spoil what Carnal is about. Like,
oh, I mean, go on. You can hype it. You can say whatever you want.
It's very deep.
It is actually.
Really? Go on. Say what you want to say. Don't worry.
No, I don't want to.
Think of a way of saying it that is not spoiling it.
His superpower, so to say, that he gains. It's not a spoiler. Okay, his superpower, so to say, is both exemplifies the reason why people think size matters. There you go.
That
He
couldn't be more cryptic.
He has a shape-shifting appendage that is powered by...
I was trying to be a little poetic about it, but I'm too drunk to actually be intelligent.
It's okay. It's okay. We're in the realm of like condom bubble shields and Viagra pills in games, so I don't think you have to be that intelligent.
Jake's comic protagonist has a giant dick, and that's his superpower. So everybody
he
watch
has
out.
normal sized dick that can shapeshift into larger things. He has dick powers.
It's great. Okay. So oh hey, it's Mark. What's up, Hale? What's up? Yo, Hale, he's hailing everybody. Hale Bancroft, Hale Spam. Hi Mark,
Hale,
what's up?
Mark.
Everybody check out Christian. Okay, Mark, do you want the link? I don't want to stream for too much. If Mark wants to come on, we'll stream for a little longer though. Just why not?
The funny thing, when I was talking about Connell's powers with Rini before, she was like, I've got a funny dick thing, and got out this spring dick. And I'm like, Rini, literally, there's a scene where he turns his dick into a spring.
Jake, the way you phrase
Can we
that.
see the spring dick thing?
Jake, the way you phrase, can you phrase that? Can you clarify what you just said so people in chat don't completely misunderstand that?
She has a keychain from the penis museum that talks about every 5 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
Wait,
go get your dick toys. Jake and I
can't show it because if I do, YouTube will strike me.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
Stretch it out, and then
just cover the phallus with your hand.
Cover the wrong part.
It's actually right here. Oh, hold on. This is the.
She keeps it handy. She keeps it right next to her at all times. Okay.
It's a slinky, and I got it right here. It's very explicit. I got it in Japan, so it's a keychain, and you can see a little flesh print here. So the whole thing is it's like this little plastic slinky, and it's a keychain slinky. And people in Japan will just walk around with this on their backpacks and purses because Japan is special. But it's literally the base that's attached to the keychain is a little set of balls. No, it's a little set of balls, and then you have the shaft, that's the slinky, and the tip is the tip, And I just think it's so amusing, and I do have it right here because I never put it back after I was showing you guys the other day.
I should make those as merchandise on the campaign, but they'd have to be blue. They'd have to be luminescent, glowing blue.
You'd have to have something inflating if part of his power is it grows.
Oh my god! No, it would be an inflatable thumbs up fist thing, like a very vascular thumbs up arm. Anyway.
Oh god.
You should have a slinky dick, but the tip instead of a normal dick tip is boing.
This is the one stream Bancroft didn't want to end up on.
No. Just have a slinky dick like the one I have, but blue, and the tip instead of a dick tip, it's a fist. And that's your Hollow Fist campaign add-on.
So it's a merger of the two things, Connor the Barbarian and Hollow Fist. Great.
We have a special guest. Hello, Mark. What's up?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Mark coming at us from the old screen there.
He's on the supervillain fan cam.
I like
he's standing too.
Look at this. He's wearing his supervillain fur coat and stuff as well. Amazing. I was just playing. I don't if you guys missed it. I just played my first game of Risk on Mark's channel the other day, so go check it out on his channel. It was hilarious. I overtook all of Asia. I was dominating, and then Mark tricked me and won. And
nice.
Mark was an ultimate victor. Not to spoil everything.
I stabbed Irene right in the back to her.
You did. We had an alliance because Mark had all of Asia, and I had Mark had all of Europe. I had all of Asia because I started in Japan, and so I was playing as Imperial Japan, and I managed to conquer all of Asia, which is the true dream of Imperial Japan. And Mark was managed to convert all of Europe to communism, but we had a truce.
Which game were you playing?
We had a truce right along the continental borders, and we were we're going to hold the peace, but then
ironically our truce was at Ukraine. Like,
It really was. It was like right on the eastern border of Ukraine. It was very ironic. It was
Ukraine
hilarious.
is
Mark was
strong.
playing he was playing his communist Europe, and you were playing his like capitalist Asia.
yeah.
No, I was playing as
British.
imperialist Japan.
Okay.
Because I started out in Japan. Like I was started out in Japan. It was so funny too because it was like the colors were artificial, was just like assigned by random. But Mark was red, and that's funny because he's like his name is Kami Mark, and then Aiden Paladin was also playing. Aiden was purple, and then Akira the Dawn was pink. It was just like perfect. And then I was yellow, and I'm like, I did get yellow. I was like, that's oddly. It was like I was yellow, and also on the map because it's just automatic. You get assigned areas, and I had like the most territories in Asia. I was like, this game is like secretly psychically racist. How did it know?
It used like a Power Rangers logic to decide what colors like we'll.
It did, yeah. Rini conquered Taiwan. Taiwan wasn't even on the map. I was very insulted. I was very insulted.
It's not even a real country.
Taiwan's a country. Taiwan's a real country. I know.
Oh,
I learned my lesson. I can't trust communists, but it was a lot of fun. So
You did incredibly well and came second on your first ever game. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you. It was fun.
Rini, do you want to see a picture of the cat?
Yeah. Show me.
Here, let me share it.
Show me, kitty. Show me. Is that a cat?
Wouldn't
That's
it be
not a cat.
Show it.
Wait.
That's the cat. That's the cat.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking at the thumbnail. I'm making sure you're not going to get my channels. Okay, that is a cat.
It's a cat.
Minecraft's not going to
It's a
trick
cat.
all people.
I don't know what else. Do you want me to go? I won't go as full screen with it. I'll go down so you won't get. It's a cat. It says.
It is a cat. I can see it.
I don't know
in the
what
thumbnail.
else. You're not going to show it? All right. I mean, that's a cat. Is that not a cat?
It's a cat.
I see a cat.
Yeah.
I thought it was just linked in with our discussion that we just had. So
Yeah, like of all the cats that you would get, that would be the one that you'd probably get.
Yeah. Rainey would love that cat.
I would. That would be hilarious. I would bring the cat on every stream. And pissing YouTube off every time. Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Base or something like that. Like,
oh my god! Imagine, calling your cat just cockface. Aw, poor kitty. A sling face cat. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. What is that? What is this?
Well, you were saying about images that tie in with like we might mention Power Rangers logic, and there was an image floating around of the creative
pink too.
So I had to do the pink.
Why did you had to be like the itty bitty big one?
Well, you were playing yellow in that game, and like ironically, you also ended up as the yellow Power Ranger in this image as well. So
yeah. So is this like what is? I mean, of course, the yellow Power Ranger is the pink is always the girl, but the yellow is the Asian because that's just how things go. Why is Phil purple? I mean, green, and why is my
You've fatal ground up your brain now.
I have, my brain is just all scrambled now. Why is Phil green?
Why is Phil the Green Ranger?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because the Green Ranger is like the try-hard cool Ranger, and then the Red Ranger is like the silently cool Ranger. So
it's probably because Phil's probably the tallest one out of all of us.
Let's say that. Let's not say try-hard cool. Sorry, Phil. Let's say the tallest
How
Ranger.
dare you, Phil?
Green
Jason
Ranger is the tallest
insulted
Power
you.
Ranger.
Right. Well, just say that it's because he's the tallest one. Damn it! You're so bad at getting out of sticky situations.
Because the Green Ranger is super tall. He's like 50 feet tall.
Right. That fits. Phil is like ridiculously tall. Isn't he like fucking 5'2" or something? How tall are you, Jake?
I think I'm probably 6 foot exactly. At least that's what I say in my dating profile to trick women into going out with me.
Hey!
No, I am. I think I am 6 feet.
Okay, so you guys are like kind of the same height. So never mind.
Wow, you're taller than me.
What is this? Okay.
I have this thing where I forget how tall I am, and I think that I'm as tall as the top of my eyes. Like, and I forget that I have like an extra 4 inches of head, like on top of that. Like,
Oh, like when you walk by those doorways that have like height markers on them. I haven't seen those in a while, but sometimes I've seen those in Asia. They have this all the time, and I think it's like if somebody shoplifts, they know your height or some shit like that. But yeah, you forget that your height isn't just your eye length or eye level.
Does that mean Bancroft could have got his height wrong and he could be secretly like 8 feet?
Unlikely. I'm over 6 foot on rollerblades though, so there's that.
Oh, well, that's your real height.
When I put the blades on, I'm tall.
Do you know what? We could measure all our heights at a little place called Tampa, because guess what? The fucking foreigners having to be poked by death juice rule is now expired, and anyone
really?
Yeah, it's expired. It happened on the 11th, and they didn't extend it. So I'm gonna book my travel to go to Tampa in July. Right, end of July.
Awesome. Good to know.
End of July, yeah.
So we can check if I was bullshitting about the whole 6 feet thing.
Yeah, Jake is coming to Tampa as well.
I have no more excuses, huh?
You have no more excuses. You need to be there now. You have to, I know Mark can't be there, but
that was one of the best things about when we had that CG UK meetup thing, that we were able to do that and line everybody up and be like, okay, this is the order of how tall we are. Like, unironically, not a joke, like, is actually a thing that we did. Like,
when you said line everyone up, I was thinking,
I know, behind you and you're lining people up. I'm like, where's this going? I met Rob and Clayton and Corey at a pub once, and yeah, that was the first thing, unspoken. We all just sort of like checked each other out. Who's taller? Who's fatter than they look on stream? Who has good posture? You know.
So hold on. I've heard that there's sort of a rumor going around that, well, when women meet each other, it's true that when women meet each other, a lot of the time you're kind of like passively like, what are you wearing, girl? But apparently, wait, Jake, you're the one who asked me this, like, men think women check out each other's breast size when they meet and they like form a hierarchy. That's not true at all.
Whoever has the biggest boobs in the room is the dominant woman. Guys do the same thing with the height check. The tallest guy is dominant. Women do the same thing.
I was going to ask, do men do the same thing with height? Because women, it's not breast size. Okay, hold on. This is a misunderstanding. Men care about breast size. For women, it's like women don't focus on the same things as what men focus on. It's kind of absurd because it's like women pressure each other to be like rail thin, but most men actually don't like it if you're too skinny. But anyways, for women, it's more like, what are you wearing? Like, how does your makeup look? And all these like girly things. But there's definitely kind of a, even if you're like not being bitchy about it, it's just natural.
So to answer your question, I don't think that height is like a hack on being the alpha in the room. Like, if you think of like Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant, for example, like if they were both in the room with me, I wouldn't be like, oh, Stephen Merchant, who's 9 feet, you're the boss. Like,
yeah, that's true. That is true. It's all about how you carry yourself.
Yeah, height is like the men version of boob size for women.
Okay, but you kind of just notice it. It's not like the only determining because we're not.
But it does work in reverse. Like that if Warwick Davis was there as well, like we wouldn't instantly think he's the most famous one of them. Like
if you all had like the same job, the same level of fame and everything, then it would sort of, if like everything else was even, maybe. I don't know, it's just a thing you notice, I guess.
You can be tall and like gangly in it, and then you're like a freak, like and people don't respect that either.
So it's sheer muscle mass.
It'd be a combination of things. It'd be like a confidence thing, like how they carry themselves, like if they're the tone of voice, like if they're being genuinely funny and not just like desperate, making jokes all the time funny. I don't know, like it's a bunch of stuff.
Interesting. The most dominant male isn't based on height, based on who's most confident, right? I think it's sort of a self-perpetuating thing because I do think it's more determined by who's most confident, but tall people tend to be more confident. I think that's kind of been proven. And somebody says the tallest candidate has made win the U.S. presidency. I don't know if that's true, but that's not surprising.
That's why Lincoln had that massive hat in it.
Yeah.
He was already tall, though. He just wanted more. He was greedy.
Hey, taking the piss.
Well, we can't just
I think that in
Some
establishing the alpha, it's important, like, because you don't necessarily have to be the strongest if you could rally more of the group to help you beat up the strongest person. Like, so there's a level of that, like how many backs you've got that you can call on, like in the group.
5'7", nobody bish. Well, I'm 5'7" too. I'm little.
Yeah, if you're too short, like Napoleon, no one will respect you either. Like, regardless of how cool.
I heard that he wasn't actually that short. What was Napoleon's actual height?
He was
Next
5'7".
to say Hitler had 2 balls.
He was shorter than he was a 5'7", 5'6".
1 ball. Most people have 2 balls, Jake. I don't know if you're aware of that.
But the
He's
thing
5'7". 5'7".
Yeah, but the thing is that was average height in Europe. Like, so that's another thing with the Vikings. The Vikings were not that tall. I think average height for Vikings was 5'7" or 5'8", but that was tall for Europe at the time, and for the Viking age, which was before the Napoleonic times, 5'7" or 5'8" was taller than average. I think average males were probably like 5'5" or 5'6" at the time. People were a lot shorter in the past for various reasons. But Napoleon was average for his time, to be honest.
Yeah, I was reading a thing here. It says that it mostly came about through cartoons that were caricaturing his short temper and his sort of behaviors and stuff like that.
It's a great example of the phrase history being written by the winners, and it like Napoleon eventually lost, so all the comics of him being a short little angry man are the ones that survived, like, and that's the image that we have of him there.
When we went to Versailles, and the one thing you notice is the beds are really short. So that sort of perpetuates that thing where you think, oh, they must be really short back then, and then you realize, no, actually they had all these pillows at the back and they sort of slept sitting up. It was just a thing that they did.
The history written by the winners thing, it's like there'll be some point in the future where either China was literally ruled by Winnie the Pooh or Winnie the Pooh never existed. Whoever wins will write the history.
Oh my god, like 3,000 years from now, that would be like the mythological.
Yeah. Like the Chinese version of Napoleon being short is like China was literally ruled by Winnie the Pooh. Or if they win, Winnie the Pooh never existed ever.
If you go back far enough along the lineage of the kings of England, eventually you get to people like their father, who was their father. Eventually you get to people where they're saying, there's no actual solid evidence that this person ever lived. And then you're just into semi-fantasy land with the first Saxons and, King Arthur, and then going all the way back. But at some point, then it's funny because it gets back to Roman times where they did have good, records and stuff. It's very interesting.
Interesting. Well, there was sort of this period of chaos between when Rome fell, and then there was chaos, and then sort of like British history started in where it was like local rulers and record keeping began. It's weird. It's the same for Chinese history, and it's even more wild because it goes back like 5,000 years. So it's something like 2,000 or 3,000 years. There are actual records of the rulers, and then beyond that, it's like these are the legendary kings, and no one knows.
And in Egypt, it goes back 25,000 years or something.
Jesus, imagine
and they have all these names. They're like, maybe, probably not. I don't know.
In England, before the Romans, didn't we have like an oral history that was never passed down, Mark? Like all of the druids and stuff, like it was all just an oral passed down history, and they didn't have any form of record keeping before the Romans came along. Or
that would be my assumption, like because people obviously said stuff to each other, like they passed the culture on, like I was going to add that the records of Christianity like go back 7,000 years, like if you add up all the years in the Bible and stuff, but they reckon that like Noah was 600 years old and this other person was 600. Like they really padded the numbers like to get to 7,000 is what I'm saying.
That's
Interesting.
funny. I know. I've been thinking about all this stuff because I watched the new what is that? The Last Kingdom show last night on Netflix, which is a great series.
I heard it was good. I haven't watched it, but everybody's been telling me to watch it because I'm into like history. And
Yeah,
writing.
I think I'm going to do a short on it tonight. It was really good. It's
Cool.
like it's so rare that you get a TV show and then they ended with a feature length episode. Essentially, it's like a movie, but
interesting.
it's so rare that you get a story that actually, you know, begins and then ends and it's all together and it's all the same cast, and you know, it's a really rare thing. You don't see that very much anymore. Usually things get cancelled or they go off the rails or they do a Game of Thrones and just completely shit the bed.
Yeah, go too long as well. That's a thing that the mainstream does way too bad.
Hold on. What is the Last Kingdom?
Yeah, The Last Kingdom. It's about it follows history from Alfred to Ethelstan, so that's like the end of the Danelaw in England, and it's based around a fictional lord who has some. It's sort of like history, but from a fictional lens. Obviously, they give you the you know the
like Braveheart
story and everything. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, you get to see, and it's all real places. It's all real battles. It's all real kings, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. I really liked it.
Cool. Yeah, I've got like a long list of things to watch, but among them are like The Wish, The Last Kingdom. Beef apparently is good. I have to watch.
Beef is good. I don't know about the show. Like,
no, apparently somebody said the show is good and told me to watch it. And I've got a bunch of other classes. I had someone watch Neverending Story. I finally watched the not the current live action Peter Pan, but the older one that was really good the other day. And I had to watch Neverending Story so Allie won't start.
You hadn't seen Neverending Story.
I know. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen it.
What?
I haven't seen it.
What?
Oh, there's high five, Jake. Yay, somebody.
I mean, yeah, I've seen the Wizard of Oz Return to Oz. Like, I always thought that was what that was. So I just didn't even realize it existed.
No, I know it's different because I stream with Allie and Allie talks about it all the time, and I know it's not anything like Wizard of Oz. I've watched Wizard of Oz and I've also read it, but I'm not. I just didn't grow up watching a lot of movies, so I'm fucking weird. And there's a bunch of shit that I have to catch up on because people are like, "You're fucking culturally illiterate."
Yeah, Rini didn't watch anything because he wasn't allowed to watch anything. I didn't watch anything because I just watched Thomas the Tank Engine on repeat all day.
Okay, you have the opposite problem. Yeah, I literally didn't have a television. Well, we had a television, but it wasn't hooked up, and I just had DVDs. And
it was just a cord that just sat there.
No, we didn't have
this
cable.
is television. Oh, what? Why do people like television? I don't know. It's just a box that sits in the room, and
it's just
kind
a
of
box.
see yourself in the reflection. It's interesting.
And it was like we never had like a big. It was like a small thing that was about yay big. It was like this '90s television that my parents kept. We never got.
Everyone had growing up.
Yeah, but like it was.
Yeah, but we plugged ours in.
Yeah, we plugged ours in too. We got the moving pictures on our version. It was really great.
I just had DVDs. That's all I got. I was just like, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of glad it didn't grow up with like the brain rot of television, but you know, I'm culturally illiterate, so there's that.
Mm-hmm. I watched the remake of Pinocchio that came out like in the last quarter or something.
The Del Toro one?
Yeah, which was it the Del Toro one or
the one made by Disney? I know it was.
Okay. Tom Hanks one,
live action one.
Yeah.
Why did they? It's like they keep on. A lot of these stories, like Pinocchio, had the Del Toro remake, but then Disney still does a live action remake. Like it's like it doesn't even need to be there. I don't understand where they're trying to just
because they're not connected to each other. I think, are they?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Yeah.
The reason I bring it up is like I watched Pinocchio as a child or whatever, and then never went back to it because you know it's Pinocchio. I got it. Do you know what I mean? I didn't need to watch it
Mhm.
again. And then I'm watching it as an adult, and the most famous thing about the character Pinocchio is that when he lies, like his nose grows really long, yeah. And in the film, that only happens once. Like, it tells this lie and it grows really long or whatever. And now, like, so I'm watching it, waiting for Chekhov's nose, and it like waiting for the point at the end of the story where he has to tell a lie, like to get them out of trouble, so his nose grows or whatever, and it's just not there. It doesn't happen at all. That really famous nose scene, it just happens like one time, like it's a 1 minute thing, like
In all versions of the story ever, he never finally uses the nose powers reluctantly to get out of trouble.
it doesn't seem to be that way.
What a wasted opportunity.
Well, you mean in the new, like the Disney live action adaptation, or
certainly in that one, like they don't pay it off. And I would assume that if they paid it off in the original, they wouldn't miss the opportunity to do that in the remake.
Right.
Check off.
Well, I haven't. The Del Toro version is also on my list of things to watch, but I know that's completely separate from Disney. But it seems like a lot when Disney and a lot of these Hollywood companies that completely don't know what the fuck they're doing with storytelling. The problem is not, I think, on the surface level, like the race swapping and all the like feminism stuff. That's a distraction. So I try to not focus on that too much, because I think that's their way of distracting us. And they're like, oh, look, squirrel. Everybody will focus on that and not criticize the fact that they don't understand storytelling. And every time they do these adaptations, they miss the point of the themes. And they think that, well, as long as there's a wooden boy and his nose grows in one scene, then it's Pinocchio. Instead of understanding that there's a message and a theme and a moral journey. And the reason people don't like it is because the moral journey and the consistency isn't there.
There's one aspect that I think never gets considered, and it might not even be true to like why Disney keeps making shit. And it's if you're a big business, a media producer like that pretty much the business is the production pipeline. You know what I mean? Like if you're building up films, you're not just building up films one by one. You have like this whole Rolodex of people that work for you, and like studios that need money coming in, you know what I mean? Production studios. And like there might be an aspect to just keeping products going through the fucking bobsled as a way of like keeping the production pipeline greased, like keeping the flume greased. And if they
I think it's a whole rainbow of different reasons that primarily it requires, these things require a visionary, you know, someone to bring their vision to life, whoever that may be, Walt Disney or George Lucas or whoever it is. And when these people go away, like what's going to happen when John Williams dies? There's just going to be so many less good music in film. It's not like there's going to be another John Williams. It's that
we'll have
era
AI
of good,
John Williams.
it's just going to end. Yeah, exactly, right. And then so on top of that, these companies have to insert the woke stuff because of their ESG requirements so they can get money. So then that dilutes it even more. And yeah, it's just this whole big maelstrom of just mediocrity that, because you can't just have you know, amazing people on tap. It's not a thing. Like take the MCU for example. The reason, one of the biggest reasons why that was so big and popular, I think, was because of Robert Downey Jr. And you know, he just injected so much of his charisma and personality into that whole endeavor, and without him, you can't replace that. And they try to replace that. They try to recreate what George Lucas and Lucasfilm made in the 80s. Now it's just, you can't just pick it up and put it over here without the visionaries.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah.
Maybe that's why manga does so well, because you know, a lot of the time it's one guy or a small team of people who are working on a book for friggin'
Everything's got indie over there. Everything is like a submission that someone worked on and submitted.
Well, with manga, it's just completely different because I will note there's the flip side of that is a lot of live action adaptations of manga in Japan don't do well, and that's partially because I think Japan is just not that great at fantasy live action adaptations. Their strong suit is definitely animation and the comics, but with the comics they have it figured out because the entire way the comics are structured, it's strictly merit based. So the people who are the visionaries who tap into either whether it's sort of the mass appeal type of story, like honestly that's what Demon Slayer and most shonen, like successful shonen is, or the kind of series that are just like deeply human and philosophical stuff like fucking Berserk and Vinland Saga. Both of those are different types of visionary creatives, and those people have a chance to rise to the top through this very strictly meritocratically based selection system that is the manga industry. We don't have anything like that here. At least not anymore, and definitely in Hollywood and in comics, just like nowhere in the mainstream that's how you sort of make it. And there are some people like Guillermo del Toro, I think he doesn't really play the Hollywood game. He kind of like got known before like all this bullshit, but right now from working briefly in animation and in mainstream comics, my impression is that either it's ESG stuff, like do you tick the right boxes, that's how you hire for projects, or if you're friends with the right people, and because they think that it's almost like these companies are really comfortable and they think that, well, as long as it's like there's flashy production and as long as we keep on bombarding people with the advertisements and it looks nice, then people will buy it because they're used to just being thrown money. They don't understand that it's like they know how to produce the shell and the skin, but there's nothing underneath. And they've lost because they don't care about merit anymore. They've lost the people that know how to build the bones and the structure and the themes and real visionaries in
what happened.
Entertainment industry. And they don't understand why people don't like so much of Hollywood and so much of our mainstream entertainment. The problem is your bones aren't there. The heart isn't there. And you're just a shell, and you're a very pretty shell, but there's no substance.
That's what happened when they ran out of source material in Game of Thrones. It just started failing. It wasn't real, and it just completely fell short, and it really fell off a cliff. And because they were just trying to recreate this world at a surface level, and none of it connected.
Yeah, the Game of Thrones thing. It was definitely that. Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
Even when these major like properties flop, they still make hundreds of millions of dollars because they have a monopoly in it, like the Hollywood and the mainstream comic industrial complex and stuff. They're all in cahoots. They can't fail, like, because they're supported by the state in it. And when the state and private industry work together, like, there's a name for that.
Oh,
it's not communism. It's the opposite of that.
Corporatism.
Yeah, it's fascism.
Or yeah, there's that as well. It might be that. It might be. Yeah, it's weird. There's so much weird stuff about our culture now. It's like the people who think they're rebels and they think they're creating this new stuff and they're the biggest rebels. They're really doing exactly what large corporations want them to do, and they think they're the most amazing creatives ever. That's weird.
Yeah, I saw that in a meme yesterday with Skinner. He's like, he's saying, I align with big corporation and big pharma and government and everything and all this sort of stuff. And there's a whole list. And he's like, am I out of touch? He's like, no, I'm hip and cool and young and
No, big corporations and urban elites are never out of touch with regular people.
The thing is,
Alex.
Oh,
I was just gonna read a super chat that caught my attention because this is straight. What?
No.
Alex for 2 said Berserk is getting Netflix adaptation. What? That can't be true.
Good luck, bro.
Hold on, I'm looking that up. I hope you're fucking trolling me because I'm about to flip out for the second time this stream if that's true.
Like, it won't matter even if it does.
Please tell me.
Those rebels are like all late 20s, early 30s anyway, and there's a new generation that's going to just flip the entire other fucking way. There's going to be a young generation that's going to be for them, painfully conservative. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's going to be a young generation of video game designers making fisting games and sex comics and all this weird shit, and it's people aren't going to see it coming.
Like, it's just going to blindside them.
Did Berserk getting an ending?
All this stuff we're doing is no comparison to the fisting and dick, the fisting game and the dick comics that Jake is putting out.
Berserk ending is still coming. His assistants are working on it, Bancroft.
Okay, so what did he left notes or something? And
he because of the way they work with teams of assistants, he would have worked side by side with a whole studio of people for a while. So like they would kind of like know where it's got to go.
I've thought about this. I don't know. Rini, have you thought about this?
You need the Lucent studio.
Your untimely passing.
I think every creator thinks about this.
Like who would you pass it on to? On your deathbed, I must hand you the sacred dossier.
I thought about it. I feel like every creator, especially if you have a big project, you think about this. And there are I share my Fiendish stuff with very few people, but there are some people who do actually have. There's like about 2 people who have the full thing. I won't say who they are, but it's not just me. So Fiendish is in safe hands.
Go on.
I sent the video to Joe. He watched it. He loved it. Joe Fulton, my editor. So he's the only other guy who knows everything. And he was like, oh, that was so great when he said this and that and everything. Yeah. So.
Well, that's nice.
You have to have someone. You have to have at least some other person, I think, who knows everything.
Okay, the Berserk thing is not true. But thanks for freaking me the fuck out, Alex. Were you just sharing something, Mark? Or
oh yeah, hang on. So I stopped sharing it because it was related to something we were saying, and the moment had passed. Like, and I'd have to drag the whole conversation back to where we were. It's this bottom left panel in particular, like of the LGBT activist, like, and the capitalist, like pulling together on the same team. That's exactly the situation that we find ourselves in.
Oh damn. That's some anti-capitalist.
Who's pulling with the communist?
Oh, an anarchist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's hard to debate. I would say not healthy capitalism, because I think healthy capitalism where there is actual competition.
Oh yeah, real capitalism's never been tried, is that?
No. No. That's not what I'm saying, because that's fucking bullshit. That's what a lot of people think about other ideologies.
Yeah, corporate socialism with a monopoly.
Yeah, because I think it's with what we have now, it's capitalism that's been corrupted by basically this sort of like corporate fascism. It's not actually what capitalism is supposed to be.
Before you guys get into this heady debate, I've got to bounce.
No, leave us hanging.
Enjoy your debate. Bye.
Fuck it. Damn it. Okay, I was gonna promote the Lucid, but I guess Michael just bounced in like 2 seconds.
Come back in, Michael. Promote your book. Just
everybody go sign up for the Lucid. All right. No. He left, so fuck that shit.
Yeah, let's just dunk on Australia instead.
Right.
Stupid.
It doesn't even exist. It's fake.
Ran away from all of that.
That's where Celine's from, I think.
Anarchy will lead to good.
It sounded like it. It sounded a little bit like that.
He didn't want to get into that. He pulls off. Oh damn.
Yeah, the dick and fisting conversation didn't scare him off, but the heady conversation about political systems did.
Western market isn't it's complicated. And I'm nowhere near smart enough to have this debate, so what the fuck ever. It's just, I just
play with fancy words in my head.
just want to make comics, and I want there to be a system where people have a chance to earn what their rewards based on merit. Like that's all. Like everybody has a fair chance. But I don't think handouts help people. But I think everybody should have a fair chance and maybe a little bit of a safety net. But I just want people to be able to rise up based on merit. And that's honestly, my only main concern. I don't care what people call it on the surface.
Definitely people shouldn't be allowed to take the hard work of others and then put a different title on it and then put it on Kickstarter. Like that's definitely against the rules. So I came here a little bit late, obviously. I don't know if you got into, have you had a response from them yet, or are you just waiting to hear back?
No, I'm still waiting to hear back. So, I mean, I'm not like...
They got one more backer since we've been streaming.
Yeah, gone up apparently.
It's gone up.
God damn it. Okay, it's going to come down, though. So, good. I'm not promoting it. I'm not pulling it up anymore. Because obviously, I'm not promoting it. It was fucking ridiculous. But, like, no, I haven't heard back, but it has to come down because it's completely obviously against Kickstarter policies. But yeah, I haven't heard anything back. I'm going to give them some time because they need time. It's a big platform. They probably have like 1 million reports, and I already filed my report. I know several other people have kindly also posted a link to my campaign and reported it. So that will hopefully bring the issue to the forefront of their attention. And right now I have faith that Kickstarter will take it down because it's pretty blatant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very obvious, like the minimal effort on their part, like to hide it.
Listen, it's a lot of effort to download Stable Diffusion, figure out which version you need, set it up to work through a GUI on your own web browser. It's a lot of work.
It is, yeah, it's so much work. Wow.
You can sit there, you could prompt for hours at a time using all sorts of keywords and get absolute shit.
Oh my God. It was just so funny because it was shocking. I was shocked at first. Then I laughed for a brief moment, and then I was like just fucking enraged. It was like the weirdest swing of emotions. It's not the first time I've been ripped off, but all the other times I've had my art ripped off, it's been like a print on some Alibaba like Chinese website. The Chinese really like to take my art. It's really funny, but yeah, I haven't had it's like the whole campaign, and I don't know. It's fucking.
It's funny because on Kickstarter they pre-approve campaigns, and you have to go through a pre-approval process. So they're obviously not doing very good gatekeeping work, like they're employed gatekeepers or whatever.
That was what I was thinking too. I thought they pre-approved campaigns, but I hope Kickstarter realized that they need to be a little more stringent about their process because, well, obviously they can't keep eyes on all the campaigns on every other platform because my original Fiendish 1 campaign was on Indiegogo, was obviously not on a Kickstarter. But honestly, I don't blame Kickstarter at this point because it looks like if you look at the campaign, they didn't copy all the art on the campaign. Is my art ran through a filter or an AI? It's very obvious, but they didn't use the same order of everything and use the same exact pieces. Some of the art on their campaign was taken from like my Instagram, so they switched things up. So if Kickstarter had like sort of a robot or AI detection system that would filter through all the other campaigns on other platforms, they probably wouldn't catch it. It was actually kind of like systematic. So I was like, this seems like a person deliberately did this, but all of the art is clearly from Fiendish.
I want to take a moment to point to their cover that they made, because it has the name of their book. This is the first example of a cloned campaign where I've seen them change the name. Like they usually, keep the name the same as well. And they went to the effort of putting their own title onto a cover that I don't think it is actually a cover on your campaign.
Actually, it is.
Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, they went for the original cover.
Okay, I will pull up just this image one more time because for these people, I don't want to pull up their campaign, but I'll share the image. There you go.
They know the deep lore of Fiendish that well.
That is the cover. So this is how they were smart about it. They ripped off the Fiendish 1 campaign, but they were smart about it. They didn't use the exact same art piece by piece. But I have so much art for Fiendish. They switched out some of the pieces with like my Instagram stuff, and they ran everything through a filter. That is their cover for this bullshit Indiegogo campaign, where all the art, every single piece, is my art for Fiendish, or art that I commissioned for Fiendish ran through a filter. All right, now look at this. This is the cover for the this is the preview book. This is the 2019 first ever print edition of Fiendish that I brought to New York Comic Con. This is like a rare item. I only have about 10 of them left, and some people were very lucky they managed to catch it with the Fiendish 1 campaign. But this is the first edition of Fiendish where the characters look different. Some of the things in the story are different, and it's like the first half of chapter 1. It's like a stapled book. But this cover right here, it is out there, and I have posted it on like my Instagram, and it's on my website. And they took this instead, so they thought this out. I'll give them that, but it's still bullshit because it's my art.
Can you generate like a side by side for us? Like I want to compare them next to. You know, there's that one option where you are on the left big, and the image is on the right. That's it. Now hold up the one that you've got.
Like this one.
Yeah,
look.
Yes.
Just ran through like an AI with a.
Yeah, and I posted it without the title before.
Oh yeah.
On the Fiendish website, I have this image without the title, just on the gallery. There you go.
Someone take a screenshot of that. That's like a great image to send to Kickstarter. That is like have you already had it? I would offer that as a variant cover now, Kickstarter variant. Like,
You need a Kickstarter campaign. Claim the territory.
Oh shit! This is it's fucking insane, dude. Michael Rushbrook. Yeah, you missed it. I don't want to rehash it too much because I feel like these people, we've gone over it, and these people don't deserve more attention than we've already given them. But I feel like, honestly, some people told me that, well, if you give them attention, it encourages people to do this. I disagree. I think people are doing this to independent creators anyways. And I need to show that, first of all, this is a record of, before they take it down, this is a record of what they did. Like, I went to the Kickstarter. I showed the comparison between the Kickstarter and my art and my Indiegogo campaign. And also, creators need to be vigilant. If you see someone ripping off someone's art like that, let them know. This happens. I'm not the first person that this has happened to. It happens to other people as well. And I would rather the word be out there, because I don't think this is like, this encourages people to rip off independent creators. Like, I think that I'm not going to put up with this shit. I've reported this. I know my friends have reported this, and I'm going to take this as far as I can, because I have a duty to protect this. I am the mom of Fiendish. I created this. This is my art. All the art of the campaign is mine. I wrote it. I drew the interior pages. I made the main covers. All the other covers I paid for. Everything is mine. I made the story. I created the video. I ran the campaign. This is my shit. And you will not come for my baby. If you come for my baby and try to rip me off, I will fucking end you. I will do everything I can to make sure you don't get to take advantage of my baby and make money off of it. And that's why I'm doing this stream, okay? This needs to be said. Don't fucking try to rip me or any other independent creator off, because that is scummy and shitty, and shame on you. Go fuck yourself.
And we'll put them up the wall.
Line them up. One bullet, 3.
I think I need a drink. There you go.
I found something to cheer you up. Just a contrast.
Does somebody have puppies or like abs or something to make me
I'm
happy?
saying I just found something. I've shared something. To cheer you up.
Like, puppies and abs are the things that cheer me up. That without fail. Somebody please send me something that makes me happy right now. I really.
Yeah, share my screen.
Also, I will share a screen. Oh my god, that's so cute. Well, Mr. Metal, they're also ripping customers off. Obviously, that's another thing. Like, we're about customers first here, and they're taking advantage of people, and fuck that all the way. Okay, cute kitties.
There you go. You calm down now.
It's so fluffy. And so cute. Why is it? It's just like perched on this little leaf. It's gonna snap.
It's on a cherry blossom branch.
You know the idiom that there's more than one way to skin a cat. What's any other way?
How many ways do you think we can figure out how to skin cats?
I think there's just one.
It's so cute. No, don't skin it. It's so fluffy and adorable. I love it. Oh, it's so cute. I'm really worried that the branch will snap, but I'm sure somebody's like ready to catch it. She's so cute. Okay, I'm all happier now. Everything is better. Yay. All right, let me read some super chats. I am calm. I'm calm. I've done my breathing exercises. Ooh, all right, now go solo for 5. Thank you. What's the strangest manga you've read? Can you recommend something really bizarre?
Depends what kind of bizarre you want.
Right. Probably. Honestly, I don't think I've read that much weird manga. Probably I can't remember the name because it was in Chinese. It was 奏女圣书 in Chinese, which means cursed, the holy book of the cursed woman. That's what that title means. And it was basically like a manga, like a storybook version of how, I think it was like the storybook version of how this woman became like the woman who is like haunting the television in the ring or something like that. It was weird because it also got really like psychedelic and shit, but I remember it being really creepy. I liked it. Other than that, probably Junji Ito stuff is the most bizarre stuff I've read.
Before this stream happened, I had Uzumaki in my bedroom. I was going to start reading it because I've got like 3 Junji Ito books and I hadn't read them, and I was going to start reading it, and then you said get in here, so yeah.
Yeah, you should. I haven't read that much Junji Ito, to be honest. Shame on me. But the stuff I've read is like wacky. It's really wacky and out there. But it's like, I mean, he's a master of horror in the way that he knows exactly how to unnerve you. That's how I would say Junji Ito is. It's like unnerving. He'll take these real life, like just normal everyday situations, but then throw in something that's just wacky and unnerving and freak you out. And he's really good at doing that.
I would add, I've read a manga adaptation of the Dostoevsky novel Crime and Punishment, and it's very strange and does not follow like the story. Like that's the strangeness, because I thought I knew what was going to happen, and then something very different happened. Like,
have you read a lot of manga then, Mark? Like, because
you're not really. Like,
really?
I'm uncultured in that sense.
Just because from the style that's in some of your books, I actually thought you would have read some, but
I thought so. Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back. You guys talk about manga for a second.
The things I have read are all very like normie sort of things, and that I would be embarrassed to say, yeah, I like that.
No, I say you don't have to be embarrassed.
Like, no, I mean, like, so I've read a lot of Dragon Ball stuff. Like,
which Dragon Ball stuff have you read? Did you read the original, or did you read like?
No, the original like Dragon Ball thing. Well, I read like a collected edition. I didn't read the
like
originals or whatever. And that's very nice. Like, I like Pokemon stuff as well because of my age. That's just a thing.
No, see, like you're saying it's cringe. I totally have. When you say Pokemon stuff, do you mean do you mean this shit? These fucking Pokemon Adventures or whatever?
Yeah, that stuff, yeah. Like that's set in Kanto, like, and has like the elite, like stuff like how Sabrina's like in Team Rocket and stuff, like things that you don't get like in the game as clearly.
Yeah, aren't they? Isn't the Pokemon manga surprisingly brutal? Like they actually have Pokemon like getting cut up and bleeding and die and stuff.
It's very cool. So there's that I like a lot. Like, so Krishna Kid, my Krishna Kid project, like I describe it as like anime inspired. In that, even with animes, like I haven't watched loads. Again, it's like all of that normie stuff, but we have a lot of stuff in the West that is just straight up influenced from that. Like I mentioned Power Rangers earlier. That that is like a Super Sentai show or whatever. And
Yeah, they
you know,
took the Japanese show and like basically filmed the live action bits and then mixed it with Americans and then mixed it up with the original Japanese.
it's
stuff.
almost like an abridged version of Super Sentai show. So that, and another example that I think might land with you, you know, the show The Powerpuff Girls. Like, I think that's like super anime inspired. Like,
It totally is.
and you know, so stuff like that. There's a lot of like cultural osmosis of like those kind of influences that are just like put into Krishna Kid.
Yeah, like I think there's a lot of anime references you can probably find in like so much Western animation and stuff.
And another example being like Sonic. You know, there's lots of all that Nintendo stuff, like Zelda, all of that like counts in that cultural osmosis of like.
Do you have time to watch any more? If I was to suggest one thing, would you have time to watch it or not? Like if I was to suggest one anime.
If you're gonna suggest something that I can pitch to my girlfriend and she might say, oh yeah, okay, let's watch that.
What kind of stuff would she like to watch? Like
she hates it if the camera spins around while the guy points in the air and is like, ting, I'm the best, or whatever. Like you know, those cheesy moments.
Oh, so she doesn't like the really showy shonen stuff.
Even like you know, in Death Note, there's a lot of that, like of
girls love Death Note though.
She liked the live action Japanese one or whatever, but couldn't.
I was going to suggest Mob Psycho, but I wonder if she'd even like it. Like whenever someone hasn't watched Mob Psycho, I'm like, go watch Mob Psycho. There's 3 seasons and it's completely finished, and it has a self-contained story in those 3. It's a very, very, very good comedic anime that still has emotional stakes.
Does she like more serious anime? Does she just not like silly stuff?
It's mostly like that kind of. I can't think of a better example of it than that thing where the camera spins around. That I think that must have been when she said to me, like, I can't stand this kind of thing. Go on, what did you say?
Stuck in your
hyperbolic, mind. Superficial.
So if it was a Pokemon thing, you know, like it's Ash giving himself a speech about how he's gonna be the greatest, and then he turns his hat and ching, like there's lights and you know.
Don't watch Hunter x Hunter then.
Hunter, and I mean that's.
What was the name of the show that you said? Sorry, Mob Psycho.
Mob Psycho 100.
Yeah, that's a good show. That's a good show. It's. I don't know to spoil it. Mob Psycho is good. I mean. It's also, it has some shonen-y tropes, but it's also not as tropey, and like usually a lot of shonen has these annoying, obnoxious, yelling protagonists and like cartoony, ultra over-the-top, annoying cartoony kid stuff. Mob Psycho doesn't have that much of that.
It's a bit parody-ish, but like for
it's like parodying that stuff. That's usually what the creator does. It's the same creator as One Punch Man.
Oh yes, she did like One Punch Man actually. Like,
oh good, yeah. Mob Psycho is by the same guy, the same manga artist.
Yep.
So she probably would like that. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Ranma 1/2 is good. Ranma 1/2 is good. It's a little silly, but it is really good. It's a classic. Oh, Gurren Lagann. What about Kill la Kill? Do you think she would like Kill la Kill, Jake?
The speech, even though they do give speeches, they are funny.
It's funny. It's like Kill la Kill is parodying all the anime tropes and ultra stylized, but fucking hilarious. It's like they're like, oh, you guys like boobs and panties? All right, let's make the entire story about somebody with like boob and panty powers. I mean, it's not exactly that, but that's basically what it is. It's hilarious.
I mean, I like it because it's just sexy comedy, but like you know what?
It is.
It's
right down your alley. Yeah, you would like that. I feel like your comic is like the dick version of that.
Yes, I need the gay version of it. No, Nosferatu Zod says Vinland Saga. That could be. It's like not very shonen-y. It's for more grown-up audiences. Does have an anime, but
Finland Saga is like very serious, but it's really good. It's like that's the kind of shit I like. It's very it's historical or semi-historical, and that's the Viking one where it's following this I don't, without spoiling, it's basically a revenge story with a twist, and it's set in the Viking Age, and it's really well done.
Would she like serious and gritty, or would she like silly and comedic? Like out of those two leanings, what do you think she would prefer?
I would be concerned that we could go too serious, like is a thing.
Okay.
So I guess towards the comedic side, but you know,
people are saying Space Dandy. That's my favorite anime of all time. So Space Dandy is very funny, but it is also sexy funny.
I haven't seen that. Sexy funny sounds like your kind of thing, though. I don't like Vinland. Vinland? I don't think the Vinland manga has ended, though, right? I mean, we kind of know how it ends because it's okay. The way Vinland Saga is, it's semi-historical. It's much more historical than like the Vikings TV show, which is like bullshit. It made no sense.
We certainly don't live in a Viking utopia now, so we do know like how it's ultimately going to end for them.
Right, and also like Vinland Saga specifically is about the people who part of it. So like the main spoilers, I guess, the characters eventually decide to go to Vinland, which was basically Newfoundland and Canada and the Americas, and they try to settle there. That's part of the story. I'm trying so hard not to spoil it, but we all know that didn't work out. So like we know how it ends, but it's sort of like honestly, I'm just gonna like the character work and the journey is amazing. It's a revenge story with a great twist. And as a history nerd, I enjoy the research that the creator Yukimura did because I heard that he went to several Nordic countries and did research there, and I can tell as a nerd who like I went to Iceland as well to research. Like I went to the museum to see like what kind of scissors they use because they have these wax museums of like reconstructing scenes from the Viking Age and showing like, well, this is how a hearth or a blacksmith, like a smithy, would look in the Viking Age and how a house would look. And I went there to take pictures. And in Vinland Saga, all this stuff is accurate. And I know he did his research, and that's awesome. So if you're a history nerd, you would love that shit. Also, great characters.
All right, I think that might be the best. So, oh, someone subscribed to me. Thank you.
Yay! I like how you're set up for... I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Is that in OBS using stream elements hooked up to your channel still?
I'm using OBS, and that is through Stream something. Streamlabs, yeah.
Streamlabs. Okay, I might set that up.
That's cool. That's a lot of fun.
It reads out my super chats for me as well, like which is
to speech style.
But it just reads it out over the top of you trying to say stuff, and then you have to read it anyway. Like,
that's funny. I mean, I like the whole graphics. So I've never figured out how to set it up. I think my OBS is just. I need more RAM in my computer. My computer hates me when I try to use OBS. Yeah.
Feels like 2 gigabytes of RAM on a computer.
Fuck, no, I have like 16. I definitely need more. Like, it's fucking insane because I work with multiple, like 3 gigabyte files regularly. And I'm like, why the fuck do I have so little RAM? Zod said he dresses in full Viking armor to accept his writing word. Did he really? That's fucking hilarious. I love that.
Oh, if I may be rude for a moment, Alex BRB in the chat is reminding people to sub to my Twitch account. Like I'm doing this monetized Twitch in 30 days challenge, which we started yesterday with that Risk live stream with Irene on. And one of the conditions for monetization is 50 subscribers, and we're already on 34. Like so there's more than enough people here right now like that could push it over 50. Like so if people would be kind enough to do that, that'd be
awesome.
Great. Put a link in the.
There you go. There's one. I've just got one more Twitch subscriber. Thank you.
Amazing. Everybody go subscribe to Mark's Twitch. I guess I'll also shill my Rumble. Can everybody please go subscribe to my Rumble? Because I'm
Thank
trying
you
to
to that
get my
second
Rumble
person.
up.
I'm trying to sub, but
Where's
I
my
keep going to
Rumble link?
YouTube. I'm like, what? I'm like, my brain's
I don't know where my
decayed.
Rumble link is. Somebody please post my Rumble link. I'm a mess.
While you look for that link, I've been doing this Twitch thing, like getting ready for it, and it's really annoying that I have to type all the way to the letter C in the word Twitch before my URL thing says Twitch instead of Twitter. Like, that's really annoying. I should change the name of that. Thank you, Jake, for doing that. That puts us even closer. Like, we're getting there.
And everyone sub to me as well if you saw that on the screen.
We're all trying to get people to sub. Honestly, Mark's little like sub thing that keeps coming up is like putting pressure on all the rest of us. Like, oh no, it's
You gotta see your name come up, otherwise you didn't do it.
it's competition. I know. No, it's everybody go sub to Mark's Twitch and what?
Wait, you have to have only 50 to get monetized?
Yeah, but there's more conditions than that. So you have to, in one 30-day period, you have to have 50 subscribers. You have to do 500 minutes of broadcasting. You have to do it across 7 different days, those 500 minutes. And you have to maintain an average of 3 viewers, like for the period of time. So it's doable in 1 month. So that's the challenge that I've set myself, just for my own amusement and just to have like another place to broadcast to.
It's good to have somewhere else. That's what I'm trying to do with Rumble. I've been using my Rumble as a backup because everything I do on YouTube is mirrored, but I'm trying to simulcast there. And it's just good to have an alternate platform because we all know YouTube is full of fuckery.
Yeah, thank you.
Woo! Pepe Fraga. Thank you everyone for subscribing. Now I wish I had one of those things. So like I would also have a cute little thing.
Thank you, Rabbit Fighter.
Okay, the rest of the stream is just gonna be Mark singing and like while we're trying to talk. That's fine.
It's fun how you can kind of gamify growth on these platforms. Like ever since I've been doing YouTube shorts and like watching the views go up and down on the different ones and seeing them peter out for a bit, then pop off, and how like you'll just start getting random subscribers now. Like I've been going up subscribers so quickly since doing shorts. It's so fun.
It is very gamified. That is true. Like it's a good way to think about it, so you get enjoyment out of the game. Thank you, Mr. Banana Owl, for following my Twitch. I just checked. We're on 41 now. Like so, really close. Just need 9 more, and that part of the mission is accomplished.
Do it. Also sub to my Rumble. That's in the pin comment. All right, let me catch up on some super chats. I've been neglecting them for a while. Mr. V for I don't know what that money is. 5. Thank you very much. Check out the game Bramble, the Mountain King, indie game based on Nordic folklore. Beautiful art direction, trolls, witches, evil forest spirits. Awesome. I will check that out. I love Nordic stuff. There's another game I need to check out, Banner Saga, that I just found that looks like it has absolutely amazing cutscene art. It's so beautiful. But I will also check out Bramble, the Mountain King. Thank you for the recommendation.
Do you worry when you consume other media that's in the same sort of ballpark as Fiendish that you'll be influenced by it?
I used to be when I was writing the like sort of the trying to build the bare bones. Yeah, but now I'm not anymore because now I'm like 200% sure I know exactly where I want to go, and I feel like anything that I consume would just be like, oh, this is like a cool cultural thing I didn't know. I'll add it in the background. Like I didn't know this is how this, and Fiendish is fantasy too. It's not just Nordic stuff or Slavic stuff. It's kind of a mix of like weird stuff. Like for example, I have some characters use items that are kind of Mongolian, and so, it's just I'll mix stuff up in the background sometimes. So that's I actually am trying to consume more stuff because what I did was I did a lot of research and consumed a lot of historical stuff and fantasy works before while I was like in the early stages, and I felt like I needed to take a break and just write Fiendish so I didn't get distracted. So what I was creating was just all me, and I wasn't doing like what all these amazing artists I admired would do. But now I'm like past that.
Because Grant Morrison did an adaptation of Mahabharata called 18 Days.
Did he?
He did, yeah. And I have deliberately not read it for a very long time, like because I didn't want to be influenced by it. But then there was a moment where I had to go and check to make sure that he hadn't done like the same twist on a thing that I did, like, because it was really important to like what I was doing. And, you know, if he'd made the same twist, then I wouldn't have done it. So I read like one issue of it, like about that character, like, and it was fine. It wasn't a big deal. But, yeah, I'm just worried about like I don't want to copy Grant Morrison in it, like, so.
I understand. Well, I'm not really doing a straight adaptation. I'm kind of, I have some more leeway because I'm basically building like, this is a fantasy culture that's just kind of inspired by Nordic and Slavic stuff. But yeah, it's like in the early stages, I definitely would take a step back and realize, okay, this is too similar to something that I really liked. But now I'm very confident it's not. Like, I know what I want right now.
In my case,
yeah.
It happens whether you look into it or not. Like literally in Hollow Fist, that Pokemon parody game, I had this whole concept of Goliath Hollow Buddies because they're more like Tamagotchis. Like if they'd been alive forever and kept eating, they would like get fucking huge, and you'd have these Goliaths. Pokemon ended up doing Dynamax Pokemon anyway, which were just really huge versions of the Pokemon. So I'm like, fuck. And then like in the latest one of their starters was like a cactus cat. And it looked just like one of the Pokemon, one of the Hollow Buddies from Hollow Fist, who's called literally called Cactus, who's a cactus cat. And like it's gonna happen no matter what. Sometimes.
Did you come up with the name for Cactus first?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Or the design of like what it looked like?
Yes. Yeah. Years ago. But it's also kind of like an incentive to get shit finished and not wait on it for long enough. Because like if you just wait long enough, someone else can do it. The way I see it is like the idea wants to exist. It's if you're not gonna allow it access into the third dimension, it's gonna go somewhere else. So like get on it.
That's one of the things that I always said about Krishna Kid, like that someone should have made this already, and I'm someone, so I'm just gonna make it.
Bam.
And if you don't, someone else eventually will. So it's like, get on it.
Exactly. Absolutely. I think, well, hold on. Lanjo was saying that, Lanjo is, for obvious reasons, glad I'm doing Slavic stuff. Dude, okay, so with, I think it's not obvious at first, but there's a bit of Slavic influence in Fiendish. For example, if you look at the Narsa dictionary, a lot of words, some words have references to like Nordic roots, some words have references to Slavic roots. Like the word for love is lyuka, which is similar to Russian, lyuba. So that's just one example I think of on the top of my head. So there you go. There's references, but I think I want to create a fantasy cultures that are kind of like a mix of real world stuff. But with like what we create, I think our influences, it's not like it's bad to have our influences show, and especially if you're doing a straight up adaptation like what you're doing, Mark. But what's important, I think, is it's like, I think the difference between something that feels uninspired versus something that pays homage is if you personally have something to say. Like for Fiendish, I'm completely unashamed about the things that I'm influenced by. Everybody knows I love Berserk, and I've said before that the way Casimir looks is a reference to Edward Elric from FMA, and the magic system and the way that rune casting looks is a reference to both Avatar: The Last Airbender and FMA, because those are the things that I love, and obviously I love Vinland Saga as well. There's a little bit of that, not as much. It just happens to also be Nordic stuff, but there's nothing wrong with your inspiration showing. But at the end of the day, the themes and the core of what Fiendish is about, like I mean it when I put this out there. That's something that I want to say, and I think that makes the difference. Like again, the bones of what you're creating need to be, when that's original, when that comes, not to get too sentimental, but really when it comes from you, it comes from the heart, that's something that you really are committed to, people can tell, because otherwise it's just a shell that is built on, ooh, this is a pretty thing that looks just like something else somebody else created, like what Hollywood is doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, Hollywood even uses the same name as what someone else made, don't they? Like,
yeah, like they make skin suits. That's what Hollywood adaptations are now. Nothing more.
So like this is Cactus from Hollow Fist, and this is like all.
What are the three? What are the evolutions called?
Oh no! So in Hollow Fist, because they're more like Tamagotchis, they keep the same name and they grow up. So it's like this is always just Cactus the whole way through.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense.
And then, so like the pie dinosaur, Piceratops. Also, yeah, I made up Piceratops as a pie dinosaur. Then they, in the last Pokemon, they added an apple pie dinosaur as well. It didn't look anything like it. I was like, yes, it's fine.
Right.
But yeah, that's the Pokemon version that came out, and then this is the image I made after. Like, don't worry, guys, it's gonna be fine.
Oh no! All right, so
yeah.
this is your thing.
Yeah,
that's really annoying when you. Oh, hold on. Okay, so Jake, were you around when I was showing people my Shaman Child comic?
I've seen it, so yes, I think I was. I think I asked you to show it.
I think you did. You would.
You would make me. You would want to see more of the things I've done.
Yeah. Well, it's not like I'm not. This is clearly not like, well, Disney ripped me off. Obviously, the fuck not.
Oh, Moana.
It's not. It's just that sometimes people come up with ideas that are a little tiny bit similar, but they're also, we draw inspirations from a lot of similar things. And there are storytelling archetypes that we all, if you study storytelling and you're creative, we all draw from a similar source. So just because something is similar doesn't mean it's a ripoff, unless you're literally copying somebody's art and running it through a color filter. Anyways, unless it's that.
This is the plagiarism stream.
It is the plagiarism stream. Should I pull it up again? I guess I will.
Go for it. Well, you can tell people. I don't think you said publicly that you thought that it was too similar to Moana. I can't remember.
It's not. It's not.
No, it's not. But you said you were worried at the time that it was. That's the thing too. I think when we're younger as creatives, we worry too much about our stuff being similar, and we can see that it's similar, but people from the outside kind of can't at all. And another thing is like avoiding media because you don't want a copy of it. I've kind of found now that watching it means I end up not copying it because I see what they did. Like a lot now, I'll want to watch what they did, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna make it fucking better. Like if I'm making something and I know something similar is gonna come out, like let's say someone else was gonna do a comedic Conan the Barbarian thing, right? I would want to wait and I would want to read their thing so I can be like, no, I'm gonna make mine better than this now.
Yeah, it's like there's an Alan Moore quote thing where he says like, "Oh, reading good books is good, but reading bad books is great because it makes you think, oh, this is how you're supposed to write that, not like how this dickhead's written it." I don't think he used the word dickhead. That's paraphrasing.
Part of the philosophy of finding the line. It's like you don't know what is too far, so you go too far, and then like you found the line. If you read bad stuff, you know what's going to be good. It's why I read a lot of really trashy manga. Like I literally have a manga where it's like date me instead of my daughter or something. Like if like a mom trying to seduce is anyway, there's loads of trashy manga and I read it to be like, I'm not gonna make this.
There is a lot of trashy stuff. Speaking of trashy manga, right? As I have my old comic on the screen. Thank you. Well, with like the really trashy stuff, I pretty much I try to not. I want to read good stuff because I'm like, this is what I want to emulate in spirit, but I also want to avoid doing the same exact thing as all these great artists and storytellers I admire. And I try to read good stuff because to me, it's like a challenge. Even though I read like a brilliant work and I feel like shit afterwards because all these brilliant creators did so much better than I feel like I can, but it inspires me to be better. It motivates me to improve and try to find my shortcomings. But with like, I mean, I don't know. I've heard that some people, I guess it's true for in the past, sometimes I felt like this when I see stuff that's just really horribly bad and it still gets out there and still has an audience and makes money. Like my response is not, I know what not to do because I feel like mostly I know that like if it's really trashy stuff, it's just, when I see stuff like that, I take comfort in knowing if they're successful, then I should not be afraid of putting myself out there because as artists, most artists have crippling self-doubt. Like we at least for me and like half of the people I know swing between crippling self-doubt and just like ultra self-confidence. And there's no in between because we're artists and we're difficult and emotional. But it's like, if I see something that's just absolutely terrible and it still is moderately successful, that's when I know that, well, I shouldn't be so self-critical because, look at what's out there. Like Hollywood and all the other shit that's out there and mainstream comics. So anyways, speaking of stuff that I don't know what the weird indie stuff, this isn't mainstream or this, I don't think this is shit, but this is just my really old work. Yeah, this is a comic that I did years ago. I've been putting my stuff out there for a long time, guys. Fiendish is not my first go around. I've been putting comics out since I think I started this in 2010 or 2011 because this was my senior project pitch in college. See, I started working on like junior, senior year, and for a senior project in college, we had to do a pitch for I think we had a few different options, but I decided to do a pitch and I did this in another series. And then for animation class, I pitched this other comic about this kind of like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of zombie character in the Arctic. But anyways, this is a story I did about a dark-skinned girl with curly hair who was from a fishing town on an island who had to sail out to an ocean god to save her village and save her hometown. And then I was kind of working on this in the background while I had an animation day job and trying to find a motivation because it was really hard to keep on drawing a comic and I had no audience back then. Nobody gave a fuck about this. I just had this website. This is like the Blogspot website that I still own. And I was putting out like one page every 3 months for years. And then Moana came out and I felt really dejected and I stopped doing it. So there you go.
Yeah, so if you are a dark-skinned girl that lives in a fishing town on an island, what else is there to do other than sail out and fight the ocean god to defend your village or whatever? That's surely the only story that you can tell.
Everyone does that. That's like everyone's coming of age story. All those ocean gods, the corpses of the ocean gods are piling up because like every young person goes out and kills them every year.
Yeah, well, it's a very specific circumstance where it's sort of this, I wanted to merge a coming of age story with this idea of the world, like certain changes in the world and a little, like, I wasn't trying to make commentary on industrialization, but that's part of the reason, hint, hint, you can infer it however you want, why things are changing in this setting. And it is kind of like an early modern setting. In my mind, it's like 90s or ish. I don't know. In my mind, this is honestly set in like rural Taiwan, but obviously a fantasy version. I didn't want to specify where in the world this took place. In my mind, like it was just this story was isolated to this little island fishing town, and that's all that matters. But the architecture and the way the society functioned felt a lot like rural Taiwan fishing town to me. So that's what I wanted to draw.
The Black Swordsman in the chat says Disney is probably watching this right now. But now that you've made it clear that it's set in Taiwan, they probably won't touch it. So
yeah, it's set in Taiwan, Disney, so fuck off. Thank you. It is referencing Taiwanese culture, so anybody want to try and rip me off, you better watch out for that. Anyways, I don't know. Like, clearly, it's different than anything that's out there, and it's just people have similar inspirations. So I do want to continue this someday. I think I would want to set it probably in the world of Fiendish or revamp it and do it better, because this is really old work. This is from over 10 years ago. But I do want to continue it. But I'll just do that in the future someday. And I hope people like it. Yay!
Well, it looks very nice. Good.
I like that.
Thank
I like that kind of voice. Well, it looks really nice.
I know, it's so sincere. He said, that looked very nice. That was passable.
It's like a parent talking to their kid. Good job, son.
I
Yes,
know, right? That was total dad voice. Like, it's fine. You don't suck. Speaking of things that look very nice and definitely don't suck. Hey, Krishna Kid. We've been talking about this. Tell us what it is.
It was a treat for me then to see it in dollars, like you know, the number's much larger in dollars, like there's a pleasant surprise. Yeah, there it is. There's Krishna Kid. The Krishna Kid book, you know, we're getting through it. Like we're maybe 6 weeks, 2 months behind schedule at the moment. That it is what it is. There's reasons. But this book, the Duryodhana Purana, is already done and finished. Like, and if you back it today, you know, I'll send it out within 7 days or whatever. And you know, it's good. Get one of those. Like, you like it. I don't really. It's been ages since I've like properly shilled this other than in one sentence.
Come on, get this pitch out. Get this pitch. Yeah.
Come on, you can do it.
So gotta remember
the backstory to this book, the Duryodhana Purana, the meta, like away from the story inside the book, is there was a guy who was drawing Krishna Kid for me. He drew 22 pages and then he Rob Willis'd me, and I never got another page on it. So then I found another artist and I said to him, if you can draw this entire book, the Duryodhana Purana, before I get a message back from this guy, my next page or whatever, like I'll give you his job. And he drew this book, the Duryodhana Purana, which like Krishna Kid's very light and joyous and happy, like and this is the opposite of it. This is the story that I wrote when I was pissed off, like about the guy who owes me pages, like not delivering. So you know, I channeled that into this really dark tragedy where I take this woman and just fucking break her, like and you know, that made me feel a lot better about myself. So
you ever feeling down, just break a woman.
Right. You just got 5 more backers right on that line.
This book's really dark and is the opposite almost of Krishna Kid, but it's set in the same universe and is the origin story for the big bad character that Krishna Kid is ultimately heading towards 30 years in the future, where they clash and collide in the epic infinity war of Hinduism, where like everyone's like on the same battlefield fighting for the 18 days. That's what Grant Morrison's book is, just those 18 days. But I'm telling like the entire story from the birth, like of the antagonist and protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
And then awesome. You know, it runs alongside Krishna Kid, like in timeline, like you'll see, like they set each other up and shit.
And cover by Matt Six Bar, right?
Like a beautiful cover that is. That's some of the interior. Yeah, that cover is really like supposed to make you feel like an uneasiness in your guts, like which I think it does quite successfully. Like it's hard to explain why it's so creepy. It's just a woman with some babies, like it should be a lovely image, like but it's not.
It's really not. It's really not.
Yeah,
I really like it. And Matt Barr is an amazing artist.
Yeah, and Matt Barr has 4 covers on this campaign. Usually when people do a variant cover, you know, they get a different artist to do it. But what I did was I broke down the entire saga into 3 separate issues. And, you know, each one of those has its own cover. Like, So it works out the same as doing variant covers, but it's cheaper for the consumer to buy all 3 of them because it only adds up to 1 book instead of buying the same 90-page book 3 times or whatever. That's the collected edition cover. Like, it's not actually embossed. It just looks like it's embossed. My plan with that is that I want people to, when they see the book, to touch it with their finger and then say, I knew it wasn't 3D anyway. Like, but the fact that they touched it, like, is the first step in, like, buying it, and it, like, is my logic.
Yeah.
And it's based on, like, a traditional Indian painting style called Tanjore paintings, where they glue, like, actual gold and gems to, like, actual.
Oh, that's awesome. Right. So it would just print it in those to look like it's gold and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, if the campaign gets to make $1 million, like, I'll emboss it and all that shit. Like,
Right. Justifiably. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well,
it'd be rude not to at that point, wouldn't it?
It would be, right. Sometimes you hit a stretch goal, you're just like, it would be rude if I didn't do something at this point. I definitely understand that. That's cool. I love these animations that you have. Here's some of the interiors. So if you're a fan of it's not. If it's historical, it's debatable. Let's just say that. But if you're a fan of mythology and some new cultural insights, then I think this is the campaign for you.
If you want to know enough about Hinduism to talk to that girl at the party with the chakra tattoos, this would be enough for you.
Perfect. You would probably know more than that girl at the party with the chakra. Yeah, because she probably is like some mumbo jumbo surface level understanding of it. And your artist is, you haven't mentioned this, your artist is actually Indian. Like, he's Hindu and he lives in India. So you're working. I know you have an understanding of this, and you've researched in mythology. You've been wanting to do this for a long time, but your artist is actually from that culture. So the rest of this team includes people who are from the culture. So this is authentic. And knowing what I know about the Mahabharata and the Vedas, I am also shocked that people haven't done more comic adaptations of this, or like anime adaptations, because this stuff reads like an anime. It's like people are flying with these like UFO ships and they're like punching each other and there's these epic fights and armies. It's the most anime shit ever. And I can't believe there haven't been more adaptations like this.
There's a scene that is a long way away, like in universe, but I can't wait to get to. Is like, imagine a sword fight between 2 4-armed gods with swords in each hand. It's basically like General Grievous versus General Grievous. Like, it's going to be the sickest, most balletic fight like that you've ever seen.
Fantastic. That sounds epic. How much is Spot UV? Don't do Spot UV. That's my advice.
There's a comment in the chat about the Kama Sutra, which is actually on my list, like, of things to do, but I cannot do it while Krishna is still a kid. Like, so you're gonna have to like wait 4 or 5 campaigns like down the line before we get to that, because I think it would be inappropriate, like, to cast him as the lead in a porn book while he's still 8 years old.
It might be a little bit disturbing for the majority of people.
But he does grow up. He does grow up to become like a world-renowned lover with like 10,000 wives and stuff, which is one of the cool things about Krishna. Like, you never hear about how good Jesus was in bed, but Krishna, like, pretty good.
That's the ultimate fantasy, to like Genghis Khan the world, to be the guy that has like 1 million billion wives and has a whole like freaking generation of Earth's population being descended from you. No,
I know. Apparently that's the ultimate male fantasy. I've sired 20,000 children.
What's the comic scene like in India though?
They have one main publisher that's called Raj Comics. They have like the 3 like most popular characters being Super Commander Derv, Nagraj, and Doggo And
There's
you
a
know,
character called Doggo. There's a popular character in India called Doggo.
yeah, I think that's his name. And he's got like a purple dog face, so imagine King from Tekken, but instead of a lion, it's a dog, and he's purple and quite chunky. Yeah, and then outside of that, they don't really have like a main competitor, and even that company, the market leader, is like in dire straits. And there's three different versions of the same company owned by three different brothers, like in a dispute over like who really owns the company, kind of a thing. So it's not in a good state. They read a lot of manga and stuff over there, and every Indian person that has seen this so far has agreed with the question of why isn't this already a thing?
Right.
We're a little bit away from being able to attack into India, but the openings are already happening. The very first publisher who saw this book, I had a meeting with them already, and it just the first one who saw it, so
Nice.
the
Awesome.
future is bright, for it, but I've got to actually fucking make it. Do you know what I mean? It's I can't count my chickens before my book's printed or whatever.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you've actually talked to publishers and all this stuff. Let's help make this happen. Let's make this happen for this campaign, guys. Back Fishing a Kid now. How long will this be in demand, do you think? Oh, here's another couple. I love these.
It's great, isn't it? It's so green. When I was explaining to Matt and Billy about how I wanted the covers to be blue, green, and red, they'd send me versions. I'd be like, no, greener. Put more green things in there. Billy was like, you can't have a blue guy flying against a blue sky with a blue god behind. I was like, yes, you can do that.
Make it work.
My wallet says I can.
Yeah, so it's gonna be in demand until it's done, because there's no point in closing it before that. My experience on previous campaigns is that when fulfillment starts happening, people want to buy it. There are people who wait until they see it on Twitter and on people's doorsteps. I know for a fact people do that because I do that as well. So there's a thing that people do where they close their campaigns ahead of that point, in a symbolic gesture of, oh no, we're really super serious, guys. We're gonna close it right now. And they miss out on this extra spike that you can get. So it's gonna, be open for months and months. I'm hoping for a sort of Christmassy fulfillment time. But we'll see how it goes.
Cool. Very, very awesome. This will be up for a while longer, but not forever. So check it out.
The main point for people who are looking now is if you get the Duryodhana Purana, you can get a nice little taste of what the universe is like, and you'll get it right now. And it's really good. Standalone away from Krishna Kid, Duryodhana Purana stands up on its own as its own book. It's really cool and dark and twisted. I think you'll like it. It's that kind of stuff that anime girl readers like a little bit. I mean, there's no Korean dudes kissing in it, but it wouldn't be out of place.
Okay, I suppose it's kind of the opposite of that, but all right.
Women love serial killers. They love dark shit. They don't just like hunky, small-headed, big guy with massive hands romances. They like the dark shit.
Well, that is kind of true crime. Isn't the main audience for true crime women?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'm guilty. I really like true crime. I don't know why.
All of these hyper capable men doing things they shouldn't be doing.
No, it's not because I think it's like hot or anything. It's really freaky. It's not the reason. Holy shit. Anyways, yeah, back Krishna Kid, the Eye of Brahma saga, and Get the Dirt on a Purana. I know the story. It's not exactly shoujo stuff, but it is much darker than that. But it's cool, so you should check it out. Yes, there you
go. The main point is she gets fucking crushed. Like, if you want to see how to destroy a woman's soul, like, this is a really great instruction book on how to do it.
What a great sales pitch!
I need to read it.
Oh, what a great sales pitch. All right, check that out, everyone. And Fiendish Chapter 2, I think I'm gonna try to wrap this up because it's been 3 hours. I didn't realize it's been that long, but I need to get back to work, everybody. But I am so glad you guys stuck around and came to hang out, and I'm glad that Mark and Jake, you guys came to have fun with me and listen to me bitch for like 3 hours. I feel like I got most of my anger out, most of it, not all, and I'm grateful that you're all here to share my misery with me. Fiendish Chapter 2 Origins. If you have not heard about this for some reason, despite watching my channel right now, this is my fantasy mystery comic. The story follows Casimir, this light-haired guy with the sword that looks like he's a bit of an asshole on the cover, as he is searching for the truth behind the demons that destroyed his hometown. And honestly, I gotta say, I feel like the way I've been pitching Fiendish is I have to hold back on a lot of the mysteries, and I can't spoil too much, but I will say the story is about a forgotten evil resurfacing and the survivors in its wake trying to find justice in the disaster that it leaves behind. And it really is about ancient mysteries, and there's a lot more to be revealed in the next few books, and I'm sure you guys are going to love it. Chapter 2 is going to be coming out this summer. I'm aiming for June. That is my hope. If the printer takes longer, I will let everybody know, but it will be the summer. I'm in the last 3 or 4 pages of inking this book, so it's almost done with the inking, and the colors will be done. I'll be hounding my colorists by the end of this month. That's going to happen, and I'm so proud of the work that we're all doing. And then I'm going to have another like chapter 2.5 later this year, but all kinds of cool stuff. Definitely check out the campaign. I have like a bunch of free stuff and prints and stickers and goodies that I like to give people for free because I have no self-control. So check it out. Yay!
When do you think you're going to be fulfilling, or do you not have a rough?
I'm aiming for June, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think it depends on the printer because I gave the printer like a month, and if they take longer, then it's going to be July. I'll keep everybody updated. Right? It's like I'm like, I want to be like, I said it's on the campaign. I said June, and I'm like, I'm doing everything I can to be on time. But now I'm realizing I probably should have given the printer more time than a month. If they do take longer, I will keep you updated. You guys know how I am. I will let everybody know everything that's going on in the campaign. But it's going to the printers by the end of this month or early June, and it's going to be fulfilling by late June or early July. It's going to happen, and I'm going to keep you guys updated on the whole process. And I'm not doing my own fulfillment. It's going to be Critical Blast. I know they're excellent. They've fulfilled multiple campaigns before, so thank God, because I know I just don't have like the resources to do fulfillment, and this is a lot of backers. I think in total we're over 2,000 backers. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. But with like the books that I have to print, because I have variant covers, and also with the art book, I have an art book on the campaign. If you look at To Give Me Everything, I have my reprint of my Regrowth art book. It's like 4,000 books. It's a lot of books. So it's gonna be a major endeavor, but you guys are gonna be getting this book over the summer, and I just can't wait. I'm sure you guys are going to love it.
Yeah, like when I look at your campaign total, I think, wow, I'm a little bit jealous of that. And then I look at the backers and I think,
don't want to fulfill that many books.
I'm like, I don't want to sound ungrateful, right? But it's like, I'm clearly grateful, but it's also, it helps that I'm not doing my own fulfillment. It's just a blessing that I found Critical Blast and they offered to do fulfillment for me. But like, I'm traumatized by chapter 1 because first of all I had all the printing issues, having to deal with like multiple terrible printers and then all the paper shortages for COVID, and I had to fulfill the campaign myself because I didn't organize for someone else to fulfill for me because I wasn't expecting that many backers. I didn't think I would be able to afford hiring someone else, so I had to pack and ship like 1,800 books on my own, and all of them were signed as well, and that was really not fun by the end. But I did it. And I'm not complaining. I just need to realize that, you know, my place is drawing and writing and promoting the book, and I can leave the other stuff to specialists. It's just how it is.
Yeah, hopefully you won't have to suffer through more Illuminati triangle covers this time.
Illuminati triangle? What are you talking about?
The triangle mark that was on a bunch of your covers.
Oh, right. Yeah, the weird misprint stuff. Yeah, I really hope there's a... Well, I'm going with the a new printer that I found, so it should be good. But yeah, let me catch up on some super chats so I don't forget. I have not forgotten super chats. Patrick T from 199. How much time does it take to drop butt cracks? What? It takes like a second. Butt cracks are just a line. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for that. 40% it's not a super chat, but I started watch Labyrinth. That's your Western pop culture homework. I will. I started that so I would not forget to watch Labyrinth. Yes, that's another one I haven't watched. I know. I need to bask in David Bowie's package to complete my initiation into Western culture. I will go forth and do that now. Patrick T for 199. Thank you very much. Mecha Leka Hi Mecha Heiny Hole. What? What does that mean?
I'm pretty sure you just said something racist.
Oh no!
No, I don't know. No idea.
I don't know. I disavow. I have no idea what I just said.
I think like hind hole it means arsehole or something. Like I'm.
Oh no, Patrick T. It probably did. You probably tricked me into saying something super dirty, and I fell for it. Well, there you go. Congratulations, Patrick T. for 199. Is Kami Mark really a commie?
Yeah, as much as one man can be an entire multiple group people ideology. Yeah.
All right, he's a brave soul.
We do socialism in one house. Like that's how I describe it.
Well, they say communism is like a family. It works in a family setting very well.
If you change the S and the T to a T and a Y, it just says community, because we should all just work together. They can help each other with the fruits of the land or whatever.
Oh.
Cool. Any more super chats?
That was solo for 10. Mark's like, oh, please distract everybody from this. Thank you very much, Diego. So you said I can't have you for work for a few more weeks, but could you DM me some numbers for a traditional cover? Sure, I'll do that. Hold on, let me write it in my desktop is fucking insane. I have like bunch of sticky notes everywhere. I have sticky notes for my shows that I have to be on. I have sticky notes for my to-do list. I have notes for Fiendish edits. It's fucking insane. I have like a sticky note for like these are all the things that people keep telling me to watch. It's fucking okay.
The whole schizophrenic like inboard. Down goes solo. I mean, I tried to put in for a commission. I don't know if it was like a year ago at this point, but like, and I was like, don't worry, I don't mind waiting.
No, don't. If you say you don't mind waiting, it's gonna take you like a year. Either if you pay me, then I'm like that takes priority because I'm not gonna not put urgency on if you pay me. But if you say you have time, like I have other things I'm gonna prioritize, right? So it's not. I have you on my list, but it's sort of just like, well, I need to finish Fiendish 2 first at least.
No, of course,
and then I'll do it when I'm between campaigns. That's when I actually have time. The Towering Otakun for 5. Thank you. Here's a few shekels for the war chest reading. Smoke them commies. No, not Mark. Okay, I will smoke all the commies except for Mark on our next risk game.
Depends what kind of smoke.
Oh no! Okay, as the kind that's not sexual. Jesus. God damn it. I need to be more aware of these things. Down goes Silver 5. Thank you. Print these add-ons for chapter 3. I'm sure they'd sell.
Your book, your extra book that you brought up, your Moana style thing. That's when you mentioned that. I've mentioned that, by the way, as an add-on for a different campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I printed it. I printed it and I showed it to people and nobody wanted it.
When though? You mean before you had this
For
audience?
this though.
Yeah.
Well, that's different.
Do I have any copies? I don't think I have. They're probably in Taiwan. I'm gonna get my mom to send me the copies I have left over. I printed chapter 1 of my Shaman Child comic. And guys, by the way, if you have chapter 1 of Fiendish, I made a reference to Shaman Child in Fiendish. So zing, yay. But I showed Shaman Child to some small publishers, and I also showed this like preview book, 2019 preview book of Fiendish 1 to some publishers, and they didn't want it. It's not like people who give me fucking grief for like promoting my book with like the wrong people and stuff. And I'm like, dude, it's not like I didn't shop my work around to small publishers. I've been doing this for 10 years. Nobody wanted to promote me, or they told me my work was, the line I kept hearing was, it's your work is good, but it's not for us. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the people and the audience that actually supports me, and that's why I'm here with you guys. That's why I don't have any time for people that have a problem with me streaming with Ethan or with John or Shane. Like, I don't give a fuck, because they actually support my work, and I'm going to stick with my audience. I'm going to be loyal to you guys because you're actually buying my book and you support this shit. I've been doing this for a long time, and nobody else cared. So here you go.
That's the rarest Fiendish collector's item, by the way, that book that she had.
Probably. I think I printed probably like 100 or 300 copies, and I have 10 left. That's all that's left. So there you go. It probably is kind of rare. I have a few more super chats. Down goes Cello. For 10, I'd pay you right now. Okay. You don't have to. You're on. I'll DM you. You're on the list. I know you've been wanting to commission me for a cover for the longest time. I sort of finished the cash grab cover. Oh my god! I need to. That's like my first priority. I'm gonna try to finish these unit pages in the next week, and then I need to rush the cash grab cover. I have like pencils for that, but I need to finish inking it, and then I have another cover that I can't talk about yet, and then I'll get to like the 5 commissions that I have backed up. But it'll be soon. Give me like a month or so. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. I think that's it, guys. I think
you did it.
I did it. I think we covered all that we need to cover, and I definitely need to get back to work now because it's been 3 hours, and I've exhausted all my anger. I need to get back to doing pages. But thank you guys for being here with me. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Any last shout outs? What do you, Jake?
Go subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get my sign up for Conan the Barbarian done pretty soon. It's probably going to end up being on Kickstarter literally because of the content. I don't think Indiegogo is going to want it at all. So it's probably going to end it, but I'm going to do an independent sign up on my own site or whatever. So like, get hype for that. And in the meantime, just check out my YouTube channel. I'm streaming Breath of the Wild video game stuff. People have been asking me for another draw stream, so I'm going to do one of those. I have 3 pieces of artwork coming up that 2 of them are commissions. One of them is like an auction piece of Reni's that I won. And as soon as I get that or a scan of it, I'm going to do a coloring streams of all 3 of those. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I have to send that to you. Oh.
Yeah, you do.
Anyways. Oh fuck, a long list of shit that I have to do.
Finish your book first is more important.
All right, yeah. anyways. Mark, where can people what do you want to shout out? Where can people find you?
Oh wow, what shall I pick off the list? Go and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done that already. That's where most of my best content is. Like, go and watch my pre-recorded videos if you want to see idiots getting ripped apart for being idiots. It's a perfect place to go for some of that. And then Alex just reminded me in the chat as well, go and subscribe to the Twitch. We got up to 44, which means we're just 6 away now. So that's great. Yeah, I got nothing. Everyone here knows who I am anyway, I think already. Like,
oh, you're so famous. They all know who you're. They probably do know.
Go and subscribe to Jake's channel. Like, that's what I would say.
Well, Norin Rad in the chat said, Jake, when's the next Jackoffs animation? I forgot to mention it. Tomorrow, I think 4 p.m. EST, I'm releasing the third and final part of the John Malin Love Quest saga animation called A Fae to Remember. It's like, I think 2.5 minutes or something. But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to have a premiere set up for that. People have been asking it for a while, and I dragged my feet on it a little bit. But tomorrow it's coming out, so go over to my channel tomorrow and check out, the third Jackoffs. Finally.
Fantastic. Cool. All right. And for me, you guys can follow me at Rainy Draws everywhere. I'm Rainy Draws literally everywhere. Follow me on Twitter, YouTube, subscribe, join. I just posted some stuff for me. Oh, I have a new drawing video that's members. Did you guys know if you're an actual channel member, I post stuff for members all the fucking time. And if you go to the community tab, like if you're a member versus not a member, it's like a stark difference. I post like tons of stuff every month for members. But I have a drawing video of that page where Ragna has her amazing rack on display for multiple panels. And if you guys want to see a process video of that, you should definitely become a member and take a look. Look, I'm very good at marketing myself. I know exactly what to do. But so you should definitely do that. And also subscribe to my Rumble. I'm just Rainy Draws on Rumble as well. I do have over 100 subs, so I'll start simulcasting there very soon. But thank you, everybody who has subscribed to me there, and I'd like to get that follower count up as well. And back Fiendish too, of course. All right, everybody, have a good night. I'm going to get back to drawing pages, and I guess I'll see you probably on Monday night on Kings is the next time I'll see you guys. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. I'll do my outro. Pew!